Okay, so I'm back, but I gotta boot things up. I got random windows updated. The mix-up is too strong, chat. Probably for the best. I actually didn't want to fight Poison. That was like the only enemy I didn't want to fight. So hopefully that did not cause any issues with the game save, or I'm going to be very sad. Thank you, thank you. So I'm going to boot it up, and hopefully I have good news to share with you. We'll see, though, because that was very unexpected and very rude. Yeah, I'm hoping no random data clear. We were making good progress. It looks like it saved our progress. Okay, so we'll just continue from the save point, chat. No worries, we got it. We're good, we're good. As I said before, I want to get into at least one more combat in case I didn't get enough. Just give me one moment and I'll boot up my stream stuff, which is my notes. Okay, so this is before we did that other cutscene. Okay, I gotta redo a boss. That's not too bad. Oh, thank you, Assassin Now, for following. I do appreciate it. Sorry that I think it ate your input as I was messing with things. 1 second. Huh. I didn't hear the alert. Chat, did you hear the alert? Oh no, chat. Windows Update. What did you do? I hope that did not mess with my audio settings. But I do appreciate the follow. Yeah, Sessa Now just followed. So we're just gonna skip through the cutscene again. Yeah, I didn't hear it either. That's such a shame. I'm gonna have to look into it, I think, next time we pause. Oh, it's not quite the Super S. I like the spiders that are on her shirt, though. So we're just gonna go through the dumbest conversation with them. We'll be fine. Sorry about that. We're back. We're gonna have to redo a boss fight, but otherwise didn't lose too much progress. We'll take a short break, I think after this boss, and I'll take a look at some of my settings, because as I said before, I got Windows updated, so I'll have to make sure everything is up and running. But I did not hear alerts. Oh well, no big deal, we'll move on. At least the Ziggledy bot is working, because that sometimes doesn't work, and that makes me very sad. So we're gonna go with the same strategy. We're just gonna use Raging Tiger. Yantos says he could cheeky watch until friends are ready. Not sure what that means. You expecting company or something, Yantos? Also welcome, Yantos. Yeah, thanks to that damage increase from the belt earlier, I think I might not even need to get the nice. Physical strikes are excellent. I want to see them do that. We're just going to defend with her every turn. Good plans with friends. Ooh, this looks interesting. Fine, we're just fighting some cat demons. Graphics are crisper. Well, I guess that's a good point. So I'm playing not on the PS3 due to bugs with the PS3 version actually making lottery impossible. So that whole mini game, which we'll be seeing in the near future, we should be able to do on this. And so I'm upscaling the graphics, so it should be a little sharper. I'm super early in. We haven't even gotten to a proper village yet. I mean, like, we're technically at a village, but they're all trying to eat us. So I took a lot more damage than last time. Kind of unfortunate. We're gonna have to cure ourselves. Yeah, look how low on health we got. That's actually crazy. I guess it goes to show the RNG can be in your favor sometimes, or not. Or we just get a crit there, get the free kill. That works. So don't worry, Yantos. We have Girl in danger. Things will be just fine. Okay, pretty easy refight at least. We have to go back to the other shrine. We're going to heal ourselves using Girl in Danger's magic. We're going to try not to use our healing items that much, because other characters, that will be their only means of using healing in battle. And her only purpose at the moment is to heal, so we might as well take advantage of a renewable resource. I was gonna say, try not to name any future characters. Try not to go into details. But yes, we are not at any additional party members. I will not comment on what Yantos is saying. As I said before, please do not talk about spoilers. I think I know what Yantos is thinking about, and I don't think it's this location. Yeah, no worries. We're almost coming up to, as I said before, one of the harder bosses in the game. Not this boss, but in, I think, a chapter or two from now. That's where it gets really ridiculous. It's when we get our third party member that it's like, oh boy, I remember that fight being quite something. Speaking of which... Wait, did I not get Talismans of Luck this time? Oh, that is unfortunate. That's bad luck. Well, okay, now we're going through the risky strategy I was worried about before. So we're gonna get into a fight and... Oh no. I got back attacked? That's super bad luck. I cannot believe this is happening. I'm getting the worst luck possible. If she gets poisoned, it's like, I almost want to reset. Can I run from this? I'm literally not getting a turn. This is bad. I can't escape. Wow. I was gonna say, things were going well up until this refight. Well, she has to heal. Can I please leave this encounter? Or can I not leave back attacks? I don't remember. Yeah, I was like, literally, I need to get into one encounter, and that's it. I don't want to get into any other encounters before a certain point. So that was just a waste of MP. Okay, I am allowed to leave this fight. Good. Alright, we'll still save, because I'd still like to not do that boss battle again. So unfortunately, we did not get the lucky drops from the boss. So this time we're going to have to make do with only one revive item, which is fine. It just means I get less money for something later on. I just want to save game. Unless this is an easy encounter. I'll take it. If I really have to, I'll go get the cure poison. I really prefer not to, but we'll see what happens. I just wish she would get a turn. Is she gonna die? Alright, we didn't get poisoned, that's all that matters. So unfortunately, she's gonna have to use magic in combat. Ideally, I just want her to defend every single turn. So yeah, we're getting kind of bad encounter luck, I would say. Especially with the back attack. That actually cost us a lot of time. If I kill this, I'm gonna get rid of the poison. Confusion I can kind of deal with. As long as it doesn't confuse him, I think we're fine. If she gets confused, I don't care. Okay, so we'll just have her defend every turn. We should be done with this encounter. Oh, they're like little snails. Interesting. That's fun. Hopefully this should be enough to give us a level. It is. For her, but not for me. We'll take it. She's up a sanity point at least, so yay, that's good. Got more soul energy, not bad. One second, I'm just seeing if I should do something else before I save. It'd be fun. Our health is looking pretty low. We're gonna go ahead and heal ourselves here. And we're gonna save again. Said before, that was pretty bad luck, but it is what it is. So we'll be using a tent, I think, eventually, but I prefer not to use it right now. It looks like the peddler's here. He's saying the strange fall came, and then suddenly the village looked like this, and there's monsters too. And we are allowed to purchase things if I really want to. Don't think any of this is worth our money or time, but we might have to come back to him if I don't have enough cash. Now, we're gonna try to go through the entrance with the idea of maybe we're trying to escape. Damn it, you're not gonna get away this time. She just sidesteps backwards. Love how Chris is saying, somehow fighting demons in a village of cannibals that the voice in your head warned you not to go to has made you more sane. Of course, if you listen to the voice in your head, everything will be fine. Yeah, she's just trolling us. Poof, she goes. At this rate, it's just the same thing over and over. I'm not getting anywhere. That's a hint we should be doing something else. Like running away from this battle, because I... Really? Really? Chat, this is some of the worst luck I think I've ever seen. We got back attacked and cross attacked? Before we got another party member? Oh man. I thought for sure we'd get a little further in the game before that happened. Oh well. I guess we're gonna start eating into our healing items. How unfortunate. Just have her defend every turn. Just because I don't want her taking more damage. So it only did 1 damage to me. That's not too bad. Let's kill the poisoner, so I don't lose more health. Excellent. So he'll level up off of this, which is not too bad. Now, ideally, I want to get into fights after this upcoming cutscene, because it'll make combat a bit easier. Which we'll see why in a little bit. Right now, we are getting sandwiched and destroyed. Oh, Shadow Hearts. Some things never change, chat. But fortunately, Girl in Danger has more sanity than normal. That's always fun. Oh, we got confused right at the end. This is bad. I hope she could do damage. She's like 1 damage. Oh! No, please don't kill Girl in Danger this early. This is terrible luck. Okay, Girl in Danger might be able to maybe get out of this. You know what I should do? Let's heal her. Ooh, bad luck, chat. Bad luck. Let's roar at her with the tiger. And now she'll be at full health. Because we're going to be using a tent soon regardless. It's just that, oh, now we definitely need to use it. There we go. So that small damage increase did help us clear that. On an okay amount of cash. Root Hero leveled again, so if we happen to use a resting point, that's good for us. Sanity at 25, pretty nice. 76 health potential, pretty good. So it'll take a little while before we get the other forms, because we will not be doing too many encounters, but we'll take a look at each of them as we go through. Wanderer Mayuan says, well, well. Quack Oracle chat. Ah, this is the reverse seal of Tianfeng, all right. The mark of I forget how you say his name. Why? I'll have to think about that, chat. He's supposed to have lost his powers 15 years ago. Surely, can't be that easy. Guess this is also his theme song for Quack Oracle. Who's that with you? An Elder Munchkin? Jeez. Well, well, still people here, eh? Stand aside. So we punch the gate. Huh, it won't open. Oh, rude hero, trying to solve things through violence. Unfortunately, you won't be able to leave. See this? What's that? You mean that Wind of Heaven business you were talking about? In this country's language, it just means you can't leave, right? Yep, that's about the size of it. Excuse me, but how did you men get in here? Through here. We just pushed the gate open. It would appear that anyone is free to enter. We got in, but it looks like we can't get back out. Oh, I hate this. I hate it. I see. Well, let's see if we have enough money, chat. The moment of truth. And you are? You want to know who I am? I'm the true ruler of the 9 heavens. The absolute sage. So, they say his name is Zhu Shen. Chat, it's not Zhu Shen. It's Quack Oracle. Nice try, autocomplete name. Nice try. It almost won, chat. The zany Quack Oracle. Kind of like his portrait there in the bottom left. Again, I'm not sure if we actually ever see that again. But it's nice to see. Master Quack Oracle. Among exorcists and spirit healers, I'm quite well known. He is going to be so useful for us, chat. We need to make sure he's got some MP, though. Quack, quack, indeed, chat. There are many adepts in the world, but only I will do that kind of work by the hour or day. I was hired by the elders in the neighboring village to come and investigate this place tonight. An adept for hire by the day? That's quite unique. This guy's weird, alright. He's invaluable to me, for all the great jobs he brings in. But wait, handsome, don't you want to know who I am? Let me just jump away. Hey, lay off. That's how you scare customers away. Sorry about that, kid. This fellow here is a top-notch acupuncturist. Even brand new weapons feel like they've been yours for 10 years once he's worked on them. The only problem is you have to learn to put up with certain predilections he has. He's right. I can't fight, but you'll love the way I assist. No. Any other acts besides being an odd couple? Let's hit it, girl in danger. We can find our own way out. No, we can't. Get out of here. Now, hold on a second, kid. You too, honey. I'm Rude Hero, and this is Girl in Danger. What is it now, Pops? I admire your spirit, kid. No matter how much you walk, you'll never get out of this village the way you're going. What's that supposed to mean? That's because of this mysterious mark here, isn't it, Quack Oracle? Huh. She's a smart one, exactly. The seal's power separates the village from the outside world. The seal itself is just like the lid on a pot. This one has a lock that needs to be opened. How can we open the lock? What do we do to break the seal? That's right, you get the idea. Now listen carefully, both of you. Someone in this village must be the key to the seal. You must find and defeat that person. Well, as they say, the journey is the destination. So I'm coming along to see how I can help out. Thank you, this is gonna make combat so easy. What a pain. Let's take a look at his item descriptions and such in a moment. No good at fighting. I'll stay here and dodge monsters till you get back. You want to get the most out of a new weapon, come and see me anytime. I'll show you its true power. Okay, we want to come back to him and upgrade immediately. Welcome. I can tell you how much I was waiting in hopes of working my needles on you. Care for some acupuncture treatment? Or some oxybustion? Say please. Before we get that, since you're a new customer, I have to tell you how my business works. There are plenty of great weapons, but they're not worth much if you don't master them. Normally it takes years upon years to learn just one weapon, but that hardly sounds fun, right? My acupuncture technique, you'll feel like you've known the weapon for ages. And all you have to do is lie there while I work my magic on you. Who could ask for a better deal? Okay, so it's just describing it. The acupuncture can strike the weapon's attack power and widen the hit areas of the Judgment Ring. Reinforcement is possible to 3 degrees for each of these. In addition, the stake can be reset for free, but you do not receive a refund. Let's see. We add attack power. I'm just curious. Yeah, so it's like, if I want to go for a more even split, something like this is pretty cheap. Just thinking about it, chat. Might not have enough for what I'm doing. I mean, I could try with just this. Should be fine. Let's do it, rude hero. Wait, I thought you were gonna... No! Let's be berserk. We lost our sanity. All right, everything's done. It was to your liking. Yeah, I might not have enough money, so I might have to do 2 more fights. Oh, I actually have enough. Oh, okay. I had the perfect amount. Cool. Let's do it, Quack Oracle. Hold on, stop right there. I'm not into that. No! Right in the butt. It definitely implies something. Alrighty, everything's done. Hope it was good for you too. So we'll just focus on attack power. A hit area is nice, but it's kind of optional. Hold on to our remaining cash. Oh, I love the corpse floor. Now that I got a good look at it from the camera angle, it's a nice touch. What is that smell? Cat lady did not like that. She bothered? It's acting the same as before. Is it because of Pops? Okay, we'll get into a couple combats here. So I think... Oh, come on. I think I could just use his fire magic to nuke an encounter. What I was gonna say. So because we increased his damage, this should be good. So Ogre Flame Dance, help us out. Thank you for stopping by, Yantos. Hope you had a good time. So yeah, he's just gonna be insta-killing all these encounters for us. And now it's better to actually do the fights. So we want to go at least 1 more time, so Quack Oracle levels, and we can also level Rude Hero. I think that's our goal. A little extra cash doesn't hurt for later. Let's get into 2 more battles. Oh, I did promise I'd look at his abilities. Let's actually look at his abilities formally. Ogre Flame Dance damages all enemies by hurling fireballs. Fortunately, we don't have an info thing for more. So yeah, we'll just use him to kind of get some fight XP. And then we're gonna go ahead and use the 10, I think. Go away. So yeah, let's fight a little more, and then we're gonna 10 up, I think. Oh, now the game doesn't want to give me an encounter? Come on. I was gonna say, I'm getting trolled. So we're gonna get into a couple fights. Oh, it's a back attack? Really? Man, bad luck, chat. Okay, as long as he doesn't get confused, I don't care. If I have to buy a Cure Poison, that's fine. I prefer not to have to heal by any other method. I'm just rolling my eyes. You can't see it. I'm just like, please let me have a turn. Okay, she blocked. Good. We'll try 1 more encounter after this, just to take advantage of his Flame Dance. And get that much needed XP and a little extra money for later. It's not super good to skip every encounter in this game, because bosses are actually fairly challenging early on. So this is us just making up XP from earlier. Rude Hero leveled up, and it looks like if we do one more encounter, then Girl in Danger will also get more MP, which is good. And that will slowly build up our total number of souls. So we can see the Malice level has raised to light blue. Nothing we need to worry about at the moment. Soon enough we will. This will be our last encounter before I think we save and use tent. Or actually tent and then use save more accurately. Hopefully we get a nice and easy encounter that will level us. Perfect, we're just going to defend every turn with these two, because I don't need them to do anything. We just need to conserve their HP. So I could technically go for one more encounter after this, but I don't think I really need to. So we're going to try to, as I said before, minimize combat unless we really need to do it. So like right now I'm just looking to hit a certain level, mostly. Excellent. Now Girl in Danger is leveled again. Unfortunately, her sanity did not go up. I forget if Quack Oracle was at 10 sanity or not, but 11's pretty solid. We have an even number of MP, which is a good sign for us. Although, technically we'll have 5 MP left over. And he's got more health, which I think he'll need for the upcoming encounter. Let's go ahead and use one of the tents that we acquired. Also, we got Wind and Water to level a bit more. Nice. It'll be a while, I think, before we unlock those, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and use one of our tents. And hopefully we get good luck here. Well, let's hope I don't get into another encounter between here and here. Might be good. Excellent. We have to come up with a plan to catch the old woman. It appears she's waiting for us here. So you're here again. You'll never leave. That is Yamaraja's decision. What you mean, Granny, is it's the decision of whoever's controlling Yamaraja behind the scenes. Who are you? I'm the adept hired to exercise this village. So, you ready to say uncle? You could never catch me. Why would I be afraid of you? Poof. Oh, she says poof every time, chat. Hey, we missed her again. No, I can still feel her presence. She's hiding out somewhere in this house. Guess it's time to apply the secret formula for smoking out cat people. Do you have any idea what we should do? That I do. Suppose you know how cats take to catnip. I made it by mixing catnip with a special dye. Well, this here is something we call anti-cat powder. Of course. Man, these leaves really stink. You just carry these around? That's what that funny smell was. Now I get it. That's why Granny hid herself. Right, she probably couldn't stand the thought of running into me and having to smell this odor again. It's actually an herbal remedy for stomach aches, but its smoke has a powerful effect on cat people. There's a lot about cat people, chat. Simply carrying it is effective, but burn it and the power multiplies. Let's smoke her out. Oh, but to do that we'll need a metal vessel and a torch. Need to go find those two things. When you bring them back, I'll burn the incense of this house. Ooh, I made a mistake. I tented too early, chat. Oops. We'll see how this goes. This'll be interesting. I forgot we had to collect items before then. I should have made it more clear in my notes. A metal vessel and a torch, right. There's a scroll of a cannibal god on the altar. Nice. So, metal vessel is probably the bucket from the well. Where was the torch? Or not, that's fine. Now I don't want to get into any encounters. Metal vessel stained with blood. I wonder what it was used for. Oh. Kitty game to pick up the metal vessel. Receive metal vessel. Never mind, not what I thought it was. Black Oracle secretly is obsessed with cat people, apparently. Or he's more of a dog person, and that's why he's trying to scare the cat people away. And that also makes sense to me. I really don't want to get into a fight here. Please let me leave. Good. They're like, no thanks. Found a torch in the pile of sticks. It seems it could still be used. Okay. I had a feeling something was at the entrance. We received a torch. What do you have to say? Welcome. Can't tell how much I was waiting in hopes of working my needles on you. Care for some... Nope, we're gonna say no. Alright, so if we manage to not get hit this entire trek back, then this is fine. We are absolutely saving. We did not get punished for using the tent too early. Not bad, not bad. Oh, so close, chat. So close. Ooh, we even got away with the runaway. Nice. Okay, so our strategy is still probably going to be the same as before. We're going to switch into Raging Tiger for the upcoming boss. And Ogre Flame Dance is ludicrous. There we go. Okay, I've gathered all the tools. Well, I'll give it a go. Let's see, put the anti-cap powder into the metal vessel, then light it with the torch. Whoa, now this stinks. What is this? I've got you now, you old hag. Ready to be skinned, cat? How dare you? I'll show you all. You're all in big trouble now. Okay, let's go fight the cat lady, who became very big very suddenly. Let's go ahead and immediately fuse into Raging Tiger. Excellent. I don't think I need to defense up on this fight. We're gonna just wail on the boss. The boss actually has a sizable amount of health. I think I listed it over 200 from the previous playthrough. We have quite a bit to go. Although we did probably a quarter of our health just then. Not bad. Wild Fang. So if I get too injured, she'll probably heal. I could just defend with her for now. Don't need to do anything crazy. Again, we've leveled up the damaging characters of the party, and the timing of hitting these strikes is not that bad. 44, not bad. Even got the nice on that for extra damage. That kind of makes up for it. So she's probably below half health now. I could cure magic this eventually, but I'm in no rush. This fight is going extremely well. Oh, another nice. Awesome. And fight over. Nice. Nice indeed, chat. Easy peasy. Got a lottery ticket, of all things. Sure. You know what I think we'll do, chat? We'll get into one more encounter on the outside, and then we'll use the mana leaf on him. This is just free XP. I have no reason not to do this. I've been defeated by a human. Never understand the pain giving birth, only to have them devoured. My vengeance was in vain. I feel for you, but I suggest you let it go and give yourself some peace. I'll ask my employers to pray for the souls here. I won't accept pity from you, Yamaraja. I leave everything in your hands. So we'll probably use her cure magic on us after we do one more battle and save. So the monsters in this village actually came from the souls of the domestic animals, huh? Now, girl in danger, we're not done yet. Next comes that so-called shrine over there. Now for Yamaraja. Okay, so we want to get into one battle just to get that free level. And we're gonna make a mad dash for it. So you can see we can recover 50 MP from the Monoleaf, so if we use just one more, we could just use her cure magic to heal the rest of us. And then I think we could do the boss pretty easy. Come on. There we go. We might as well take that level up, chat. Especially for an easy encounter like this. And Ogre Flame Dance, and proceed. This should make life a lot easier. Simple. Girl in Danger unfortunately did not level, but hey, our main damage dealers did. Their sanity is now 27, so that's increased a lot. I think it was at 24 at the beginning of the playthrough. And extra health will help with the boss. I'm not gonna fight again to level her, it's not worth it. Let's use her healing magic and I guess proceed into combat. Now that he has a higher cap, this also lets me get away with just 1 plus 50 here. Awesome. This is going exactly as intended so far. So she has enough MP that she could use it in battle, which I might do. It really just depends on how much damage they take. Because Rude Hero might need to be cured versus just an item. Guess we'll see. I hope I saved. I wasn't really paying attention. I'm assuming I saved. Let's go fight the boss. You dare violate the shrine? Yes, I do. Okay, so what we end up doing will, I guess, depend on what the boss does first. Hopefully we outspeed the boss, because I'd like to transform as soon as possible. Be careful, Rude Hero. Yamaraja is the Lord of Hell. It's quite different than those cat people from before. Be on guard. Piece of cake. Let's blow this joint. So, fingers crossed, chat. Please let us go first. Also, boss music. Please go first. We leveled. I hope that makes us go first. Oh, we didn't go first. Bad news. Ooh. Painful. Let's go ahead and use healing item on Quack Oracle, or we're in big trouble. Okay, so she's gonna have to heal herself. Actually, I don't trust magic. I'm just gonna actually use an item here. Wait, the design, why isn't he cat-themed like all of his followers? Well, I mean, like, the other people were supposed to be based off the other animals. Like, we saw the Rat-Tooth Man, the bird-like scavenger were examples. Now, can I land magic with this debuff is the question. I hope so. Okay. It's gonna be a little tight, but I need to do this every turn. Because we need to deal damage. We do not want this boss battle to stall. I don't think I'm gonna be given a chance to do anything. This is kind of annoying. Everybody's gonna have to heal themselves. I kind of wish he would just single target, but if he single targets Quack Oracle, we're in trouble. So this is worst case scenario, unfortunately, chat. Let's hope I can still do it. So this boss has a little more health than the previous boss. I think 300 to be precise. So we have a few more turns of damage we need to deal. Lots of flood magic. And it single targeted him. Okay, well, we're gonna fusion. Alright, that should raise our magic resistance. Super unfortunate start, chat, but not much I could really do about that. Also, that hit rate is terrible. Dang. Okay, we did some okay damage. Is the downside too is I think he's dead again. I think I shouldn't have done that. Wow, we actually I think we got the worst possible luck on this boss. Super bad luck. Well, sorry, Quack Oracle. It's down to just me, and she's about to go insane. So we have one Pure Leaf to make up for this. How much damage have we done? Is it like 200? Whatever. I'm just gonna attack the boss. We need to do damage. Yeah, we literally got the worst RNG possible. That's kind of unfortunate. So she's probably gonna be confused. Actually, she's gonna go Berserker Rage. That's fine. All we need to make sure is that Rude Hero has got health. So we can heal next turn. Oh, I missed it. That's so unfortunate. So he must be pretty close to death. We might need another turn. If she dies, I don't really care. It's fine. There we go. Well, anyway, welcome to Difficulty Spikes. Hi, Rude Hero. Hope you enjoy all that solo XP. So unfortunately, the other party members will not get XP from that. But hey, we got a new item. Yeah, literally, if we had been able to go first, it would have allowed us to be in the beast form, so we would have taken less damage and or potentially dodged attacks. But, nope. I think the first time we played through, we did actually get to go first, but this time we didn't. Kind of unfortunate. Phew, that takes care of him. I'm impressed, kid. Got good stuff for a youngster. Thanks to you too, girl. Guess my work is pretty much done now. Yeah, Tiger is gonna hard carry us through a lot of these bosses for sure. But wait, something's been bothering me. Yeah, also because she died, I didn't have to worry about curing her sanity or wasting our time with that. That is kind of unfortunate though. I wish she started with at least 3 more sanity. Because I feel like until she starts getting closer to double digits, I feel like most of the time in combat, I'm just like, please let this fight end in 1 turn or she's gonna go berserk. I think also when they're berserk, they don't get XP, but don't quote me on that. I feel like there was some weird mechanic where if you end the battle with berserk, you don't get what you want. So who is this person that's supposed to be controlling Yamaraja? He probably thought if the Black Tortoise was here, it would stand in the way of his evil plans, so he used the cat people to steal the Black Tortoise seal. Actually, just a small votive picture. It's quite sad. He took advantage not only of the villagers, but of the local sleeping spirits. Is he a man named Roger Bacon? The old man seems to recognize the name, and we just seem confused. Roger Bacon? He's the warlock that tried to carry me off that train. You two know Roger Bacon? Is he that famous? If Roger Bacon has reappeared, then probably there could be no doubt. I was captured by the Japanese in Changshun. I was being escorted to Fengtian on a special train. Bacon showed up on the train, killed the Japanese soldiers and tried to abduct me. But of course, I came in gallantly and picked him off like a helpless rabbit. Picked who off? Roger Bacon. Roger Bacon. You actually think you killed him? Sorry, young man, but that's impossible. He's not likely to succumb to you, no matter how hard you may fight. Well, thanks a lot, Quack Oracle. I love their names, chat. Now, don't get all hot under the collar. I know you're a strong kid. Anyway, here's what I think. It wasn't Roger Bacon who used the local spirits, but I don't doubt that he's somehow involved. Someone else behind the scenes? I wonder if this has to do with the army trying to take me to Japan. The waves coming off the shrine seem to be more deeply rooted. Pure kind of malice. It's filled with hatred and lust and vengeance. You're really quite a girl, aren't you? In my profession, people with powers of perception like yours are called demon eyes. Oh, sure. Yeah, no, I'm the real mastermind. Yeah, they're like, move over, move over Yakuza 2. We'll show how the masterminds are really handled here. Of course, in this country, anyone who has powers that others don't understand will be tagged a demon. But your powers seem to be special. You can see things others can't see, and hear what others can't hear. Let's not flaunt those powers. You'll soon be the target. Those who would use you and then kill you. She dots in response. Hey, old man, keep your ominous fortune-telling to yourself. You too, kid. The art of fusion is a forbidden art lost in ancient Japan. The double-edged sword. Forbidden art from the age of the gods? What are you talking about? Wait, what? The age of the... Sure, whatever. If your heart becomes enclosed in darkness and your power runs wild, you'll be a danger to everyone. Give me a break. Cover my own ass, thank you. I suppose your father taught you how. Forget it. But I want you to know that the fear you've just been through is just most likely the beginning. Now then, let's be going. I expect we can open the gate now. You can immediately turn around and receive the shell bracelet. Man, if I had missed that, I would have felt like a big dummy. Let's see. Renders poison ineffectual? Yes, please. Arbouche. Escape possible even with all Berserk allies? Sure. Usually goes first. How's our health looking? Oh, we're still at 1. Excellent. At least we shouldn't be in any more fights. Oh. I don't see the merchant here. Let's take a look around to see if anything else changed. Then we'll proceed, I think. Do we have any comments about the pit? Nope. Oh, no more comments about the cannibalistic god. Okay. Guess that's all done with, chat. So I don't really need to save because I'm about to exit town anyway. I'll refrain from saving even though it is a compulsion. The village is more peaceful now. What? You broke the monsters and you defeated the monsters and broke the seal. Oh, is that so? It's good to hear. Now it's possible to leave the village. Let me just show you my gratitude. This might come in handy in the future. Please take it. Received guild card. This item I think is pretty important. I'm just trying to think where it shows up. Let's look at the item description for the lottery ticket. Got the number 25 on it. Issued by the World Lottery Foundation. Secret members all over the world ask you to participate in lotteries. Get wonderful prizes through luck and skill. I don't think I wrote down every location of where these are. We need, I think, 15 or 16 by the end of the game. I'll double check later on in the notes. I don't recall offhand. But there are more than 20 lottery tickets in the game. So we have a couple chances in case I do miss something. But for now, it doesn't really matter. We're going to hold on to the bronze arrowhead to make some fights easier. I have to remember to actually use these, because they are useful. I think it's intended to counter the boss shrinking the attack radius. But there's a lot of characters where, honestly, that doesn't matter. I'm just going to heal everybody with her while we're here. just in case. So I think we got everything I can recall, so I think we're gonna try to leave town now. Sure is dead around here. This is terrible for business. Well, I'm off. Hope to see you again sometime. Yeah, so long. That animation. He does do great work, you know. But who'd want to be touched by him? Hey, you already got the upgrade. What are you talking about, Rude Hero? This isn't canon anymore. Apparently, they just assumed I never got the upgrade. Isn't he a nice man? I'm sure he's perfectly safe for you, Missy. The implications of that are very interesting. Anyway, let's leave town. I don't think there's anything else for us here. Well, so long, kid. So long, Missy. Need to return to my employer, so we'll go our separate ways here. Yeah, I remember this from the first time. He's just like, hi, bye. So him not getting the level there, chat, it didn't matter. It hurts a little bit that, Girl in Danger didn't level, but it is what it is. We can make up for it later. Well then, see ya. We'll probably never meet again, but I hope your business doesn't fail, Pops. And we laugh. I'm shaking my head too. Thanks for all your help. Take care of yourself. Yeah, I remember I was like, oh no, did he take his accessories with him? I want my accessories back. Oh, by the way, one last thing I should tell you. You two meeting up, then me, then the events in this village. Somehow I can't help but feeling this is all connected by a single thread that somebody has spun. Very dramatic music for us separating. And if it is, it means we'll be meeting again somewhere. Well, until then, take care. We're like, well, that was certainly an event. What a strange fellow he is. He seems to know so much about everything, too. Shoot, if only he were more generous about teaching me his secrets. The jerk. Well, if we're gonna be seeing him again, we can ask him then. That's true. Single thread spun by somebody, huh? Now that's interesting. Let's pull that string for all it's worth. Okay, now we can formally save. Not bad, chat. We cleared it. Girl in Danger died, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of par for the course. Just to be real with you, chat. Feel like she always dies. It's fine though. Hey, we got 4K. That's a nice amount of gold / cash. Hold us for a little bit. So as I said before, we can't backtrack, so their only option at the moment is Feng Tian. Let's go there. What I do find interesting about some of the lottery items is that we actually don't want to get the first place prize a lot of the time. Weirdly enough, we can usually get the things that are in first place elsewhere, and it's actually usually the second place prize where we want to get the item. And the first lottery we're coming up to, assuming it's not bugged out, we actually don't want to get the first place prize. It's not as useful as the other item. Now we have a new character, Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima. Well, well, what a lovely sight this is. You there. What were they escorting anyway, a man-eating tiger? No, ma'am, Girl in Danger Elliot, Caucasian female, approximately 20 years old. Yes, that's how I recall her as well. However, I don't see a body here of that description. Why to assume the girl killed all these men? I never imagined a human being could kill like this. It's horrible. Major Suji, after your exploits in Shangshun, did you ever suspect you'd capture a monster? If soldiers of the Imperial Army can't bring in one little girl, they don't deserve to live. I was so looking forward to bringing a worthy souvenir back to Tokyo for father. What a waste. I see she's so caring about all the bodies in front of her. Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima, we have a witness. Hello, Private Fuji. An elderly peddler says a suspicious-looking man passed her in the aisle. What kind of man? Someone from the anti-Japanese movement, perhaps. No, ma'am, it seems he was a Western gentleman. ... And there was another man as well. Another one, you say? Yes, ma'am, a wiry youth. He seemed to be following the first man. Apparently, they both headed off in the direction of the salon car. Does this mean he had help? A foreign gentleman and a youth. A strange combination. What are your orders, ma'am? Says Private Mishima. Take care of the bodies. Have them sent to Capital. Recall the Major saying his 6-year-old granddaughter couldn't wait for Grandpa to come home. The girl will surely shed tears of joy when she finds out he's returning earlier than expected. When this line was spoken, I couldn't tell if she was talking about the dead people or one of the privates. I want to see what the actual response to that is, if anything. Yes, ma'am. Place troops in Fengtian and surrounding cities. This just seemed like super morbid. I wasn't sure, chat. With this game, I can't really tell. We must use this chance to crush all the vile little termites that have infested our utopia. Yes, ma'am! This is getting interesting. Just as I suspected, it seems the girl possesses incredible powers. Now I see why that wizened old demon in Shanghai was so hell-bent. Beware, old man. As the hawk in flight snatches its prey away from the wolf on the ground, I mean to have that girl. That is quite an analogy. So we're getting a lot of insight into her character. So I think it's best to describe everybody as very unique. And speaking of old man, to Hawaii. My, this is quite an anomaly. Perhaps I'm getting rusty. Have I somehow summoned you here by mistake? It's been 15 years, Roger Bacon. It has been some time, hasn't it? I'm pleased to see you looking so well, oh great magician, Master Hawaii, fallen ruler of the 9 heavens, Earth Sage. That is a mouthful. That is quite a mouthful, chat. I see you're still wearing that pasted-on smile. You have too much time on your hands, you infectious plague. What brings you to Shanghai? Surely not simply to pay me a visit. No, say nothing, I already know. Indeed, I found myself at a loss in this strange land. I'm afraid I've made a slight blunder. It is Bacon. An unforeseen meddler has entered the game, and my little bird is still outside her cage. How unlike you to make excuses. Need not apologize for going behind my back and abducting the girl. Indeed, I suspected you would. Come now, there's no need to be so severe. I was merely indulging myself in a small divertissement. With your grand ceremony drawing near, you needn't deal with minor trifles. I thought I'd lend a hand. You jest. Are you telling me you would have delivered me the girl upon her capture? Why, of course. The progress of your secret ceremony is of great interest to me, Master Tawai. If this girl called Girl in Danger truly is the key to the ritual, I will do everything within my power to help. They definitely need more titles. Sly old fox you are. The Divine Septagram. So in fact, preparations for your Demon's Gate invocation are almost complete. I've taken the liberty of sealing up the Protector of the North, the Black Tortoise of Xiaoyang Village. It would have stood in the way of the rituals, but that no longer matters. The spirit machine of Yuhai Tower is finally operational. I can now focus entirely on finding the girl. Well, well, I look forward to seeing the Great Sage himself in action. I guess we could call him Great Sage for now. Chad will have to remind me though, because I feel like we didn't have a chance to name him. It's not quite what we wanted. So then, have you discovered the girl's whereabouts? Of course. I have eyes everywhere on the continent. Very well, I'll tell you. She's in Fengtian. Fengtian? Hasn't the Japanese army set up operations there? I can't imagine how they caught wind of it, but it seems they lie in wait for the girl as well. We have nothing to fear from them. The Japanese army's in disarray and staffed with morons. They present little threat, save for a bothersome fly named Kawashima that's been snooping about. The girl is already mine. Splendid. I'll be off to Fengtian then. Please, don't concern yourself with me. I haven't any intention of getting in your way, good sage. No, it's great sage. Don't give him more titles. I'd simply like to observe your technique from afar. For future reference, you see. Very well, then. Do as you please. Ah, yes. I nearly forgot. There's a rather odd fellow accompanying the girl. Even stranger, he's a harmonixer, a master of fusion. What? Fusion? Are you absolutely certain? I'm afraid so. You yourself have substantial blood connection to the harmonixer line, do you not? I'd rather not see a repeat of the event of 15 years ago. Please be wary. You wouldn't want to lose the half of your body that remains. Oh, that was uncalled for. Forgive me. Ooh, little dig there, chat. The tricky old man. He spies on me with impunity. Listen well, minions in Fengtian. That fraud of a warlock is headed for your city. Do not be outwitted. I shall be most disappointed should you fail to capture a single heretic girl. I shan't allow anyone to stand in the way of the Demon's Gate invocation. Our success or failure depends entirely on that girl. Girl in danger, Elliot. See, even he knows, chat. Everybody knows she's girl in danger. It's okay, chat. It's just a ploy to make weak gems stronger. We all know. Ugh, morning already? At least we got a little rest. And she sleeps. After all that crap that went down, she walked all night. Pretty impressive for a girl, I mean. I think I'll let her sleep a little longer. Okay, so there are quite a few things I have to do before we continue with the plot. Puppy sniffs. Hello, puppy. Hopefully you'll have a better fate than the wolves we fought earlier. You're pretty cute, I guess, you dumb mutt. Oh, the voice is here. Life, deception. No, deception's on weekends. A small... believe you. Puppy growls. Ow, what is it, you mutt? And wait, why the voice? So as I said before, we do not want to actually wake Alice yet. We'll actually miss out on quite a lot of things we could do. So we're going to hopefully save somewhere around here. Uh-oh, we can't go up by ourselves. Uh-oh. Well, we're gonna have one attempt at the lottery, I guess, at some point. Unemployed Lon says, haven't seen you around here before. Did you come to Fengtian looking for work? Me too. It's becoming an amazing city. Architects and engineers from the world over on a building spree. So we'll try to skip the lottery for now, but we want to do the lottery minigame at some point. Dissatisfied Fumi. What a name, chat. See, chat likes the cute puppy. I believe we'll be encountering the dog again very soon. There are lots of Japanese folk in the town now, ever since they beat the Russians. The soldiers are scary, though. Who do they think we are, anyway? Building-loving man says, did you see that hotel? There's 800 rooms, 20 dining rooms, and 1,500 bellboys. I think you're a liar. I think you're a liar, building-loving man. That the building does not even look remotely close to hold that many people. Just a day's stay there costs, goodness, a month's salary for me. You, that. Now we have lottery member number 15. Hey, buddy, how about it? Want to stop in and play? Play? Play what? You don't know? It's your first time, eh? Let me explain. The ticket you have there, it's a lottery ticket. When you have a lottery ticket, we members of the World Lottery Association let you play for lots of fabulous prizes. Of course! That's how the lottery works. You have to find the lottery ticket, and then you immediately play. That's how it works. We never tell anyone about the lottery unless they have a ticket. Of course! Basically, the lottery is secret. Don't worry, it's not shady. I don't believe that. The chairman is just funny that way. Hopefully we'll get to see the chairman in this playthrough, as actually I think the first time we played through, we were not able to meet the chairman. Hopefully we can this time. World Lottery Association. The way the chairman likes it, it all sounds pretty fishy to me. Don't ask me any more than I've already told you. Tell you anything more about the chairman, I mean my life. Just kidding. But seriously, it could strain our beautiful friendship. Oh, Shadow Hearts, you never relent. They say the proof is in the pudding. Try it once and you'll see what it's all about. What do you say? Want to play? I'm gonna say it seems kind of suspicious to me. Sure do look fishy, I guess, but it's just the chairman's fetish. Oops, better shut my mouth. Anyway, association members all have different prizes. There aren't that many lottery tickets out there either. So it's wise to choose carefully whose lottery you'll play. That's right, I think you're wise. Don't look so confused. Anyway, give it a try when you feel like it. We want to make sure to give it a try at some point. Received a talisman of luck hidden behind the fountain. Nice. Sacred Song says, Japanese soldiers seem pretty tense this morning. Heard that some awful criminals have escaped and are hiding out here in Fengtian. God have mercy. Worried Pal says, no, don't hit me, sir, please. Oh, I guess you're not Japanese, are you? Never seen eyes that color before. Oh, dog. Puppy sniffs. I'm the Silent Peddler. Perhaps I seldom speak, I don't sell much. I thought I'd set up a new service to draw customers. I call it a pedometer service. First of all, let me give you this. Here's the other major gimmick of the game. So this merchant will potentially give us godlike items if we can accrue a lot of steps. We need to have this on basically the whole game. Wear that when you walk through danger. It'll count your steps. Get enough and win a cool prize. I think it means to say it only counts when you're in dungeons. So if I put it on now, I think it won't do anything. No? Oh, I don't want it. No, I'll have it if I can. Are you selling it? I'm sorry, but I don't have any merchandise for sale at the moment. So it doesn't offer any stats, but it doesn't penalize us either. Place that counts steps. True adventurers are very serious and responsible about each step they take. Can't do without one. Well, we're gonna have her equip it for now. But as I said before, the step counter will not increase while we're in towns, I'm pretty sure. So I guess we're gonna risk the lottery, chat. Let's hope I get what I'm looking for. Also, please don't crash my game. Chat, we're gonna do the prayers. On the PS3, if you were to do this, you literally soft lock and can't do anything. Please don't soft lock the game. Alright, so I want yellow. I do not want Jade Lariat. For those of you that are curious, Jade Lariat is an interesting item. I believe it gives us increased zones to hit. But honestly, we don't really need it. There's only like one character that's useful for it, and we don't have that character at the moment. Like, the protagonist having a smaller hit zone really does not bother me at all. Or the spellcasters, honestly. What I actually want is the Black Tortoise Fang, because that increases our damage by a lot. It's going to potentially let us get through the really difficult boss a lot easier. Take a look at this. See how the prize and list and ring both have colors? The indicator stops on the color that matches the prize. You get that prize. I'm really hoping we get the Black Tortoise Fang. Now, I think we can also get tissues, which weirdly I think we do need for another side story. But this early on, I'm not going to go for it. I might have to double check the prize list for these before completing, but I'm pretty sure we get multiple opportunities for this. The indicator will go around as many times as you want, so take your time. All right, here it goes. Oh. Oh, that was much easier than I thought it was. Okay, that was easy. So I pressed it, and then it did one more revolution, but we still got it. Okay, that was easy. So we got exactly what I was looking to get there. But just one word of caution. Associate members all have different prizes. There aren't that many... Oh, he's saying this already. So we could potentially come... I don't think we could come back to this guy specifically, but as I said before, there are more lottery tickets than there are lottery ticket members. So we can technically get alternate prizes. Let's take a look at the thing that I was trying to get. Spiritual artifact shaped like the Fang of the Black Tortoise, the God of Four Directions. User's attack power is doubled, but the ring sweep speed is also doubled. So this is gonna let us skip really hard fights if I could control it. So we're gonna be combining this, I think, at some point with another item. Like, technically, we could combine it with Bronze Arrowhead. We could stack these items to make it easier to swipe at the enemy. But yeah, this double damage, we're gonna use that when the going gets tough, but we're gonna hold on to it for a little bit. So I don't think there's anybody else we could talk to. Though I believe we have to talk to Alice at this moment to progress. Where am I? Oh, you're up? You okay? Sweating like crazy. Have a nightmare or something? It was terrible. It was in a dark room. Maybe a hospital, and there was a woman all alone, crying. She was staring at me, and then that man, the one from the train, Bacon, appeared. What happened to the woman? I don't know. It got dark all of a sudden. I couldn't see. Huh. Don't let it get to you. It's just a dream, right? The old guy, what's his name? I think chat might want to keep this dream in mind for much, much later in the game. But not much, much, much later in the game. Bacon, right? If he shows up again, well, I'll make him wish he didn't. She laughs at us. We are now reunited. So I believe this is where I want to go next. Easily skipped item. Let's go ahead and get the tent. Hopefully we have enough money to go on a purchasing spree. Shopkeeper says, unbelievable. Damn soldiers hanging about, scaring off all my customers. Oh, hey, you there. We got lots of good stuff. Come on, take a look. Oh, we will be taking a look. We need his items for sure. Speaking of which, this is what I was looking for earlier. Forgot to look at the descriptions of some of these items. The anti-cat powder. Smelly Chinese herb infused with catnip. Incredibly foul-smelling medicine contains catnip. It smells foul, but it's sure a cure for cat troubles. Up next, we have the torch. Dried twigs that have been bundled together for easy use, useful as an outdoor light source. Metal bowl. Measuring bowl used by the pathologist in Xiaoyang village. Bits of putrid rotten flesh cling to the bottom. Snake card. This is what we got just before we left. Card from the Wholesale Items Guild. Parentheses, wig. Gives various benefits, but if you lose on discount 5 times in a row with insufficient funds, it becomes inactive. So we now have a shop minigame to make things less expensive. So we want to be playing this as often as possible. Now the downside is I don't know where a save point is relative to here. So I can afford to mess up a couple times. Ooh, I might have made a mistake. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I was supposed to talk to him. Well, let's see what happens. Hopefully we'll be okay. Lowering Spy says, this is Malkovich. I've placed the bomb in the South Manchurian Railway depot as scheduled. We'll blow up those cars and the Japanese will be stuck here for at least 2 months. Oh, I can see the look on that idiot Kawashima's face now. Not that I know what she looks like. Person on radio says, Malkovich, why's a pro like you always letting your personal feelings get involved? Our objective is to track down the movements of the Japanese army, not cause unwanted trouble. Speaking of unwanted trouble, you didn't set any unnecessary bombs this time, right? Don't worry, only one. Malkovich? What else can I do? There are plenty of innocent people working in that depot too, you know. And they all have these cute little lunch boxes. Anyway, all I did was set a little one outside. See? It'll go pop before the big one. Everyone will come running out to see what it was, then... Kaboom! ... This person on radio. Hopefully I'm allowed to go back outside, or we might have to reset. Don't get into one of those moods on me. Look, I better finish up my work here. My handiwork will be in the papers again. Make sure you check out the morning editions. Hey then, bye. Let's save here, but immediately try to leave without talking to anybody. We'll make a separate save here. I want to talk to these people. Good hero, we need to prepare for the trip. Oh, I made a mistake. I think I made a mistake. Love to shop. We can't waste too much time, though. Welcome. We got everything from dry goods all the way to all the supplies you'll need for a long journey. Oh, a guild card, eh? The card you're holding with the crow and snake design on it. Hold a guild card. With it, stores everywhere will allow you to try to get a discount or price raise. Oh, we might be fine. If this is the actual merchant, we're fine. Never mind. There are many kinds of guild cards. The one you have is a snake card. Yeah, let's ask about a discount. Choosing discount lets you try to get a ring challenge in hopes of getting a prize discount. If you successfully complete the ring, the shop will give you a discount. If you run out of money and keep losing on the ring, the card loses its power, so be careful. Okay, so I think we want to discount them. We have one valid card. You can challenge up to 10% discount and 5% price raise. So we could get more money back from what we sell, and we can also buy things for cheap. So we want to get this because he is the main damage dealer. We want to discount this. Alright, so we have one Knuckle Blade. I'm gonna be honest, her damage, irrelevant. I don't think I could be doing anything with her. Her defense, also irrelevant. We're gonna purchase 2 of these. Let's get a discount. Nice. And I think the rest of our money is gonna go towards healing items, because we have to get kind of far in. Let's see, how many can we buy? I could get a lot, but I don't think I need that many. Let's go with... We'll go with 11. That should hold us over. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this opportunity to increase our power. Technically, I could just say equip strongest. I guess that also works. Now, we immediately got rid of our leather gloves, which we upgraded, unfortunately. But we should now sell said leather gloves. So I want to save because we've made a sale. And hopefully, we will have enough money to get an upgrade on our fist. You could technically even out who gets what upgrades, but the protagonist, as in Rude Hero, just gets so much more benefit than Girl in Danger that we're just gonna buff him. So we'll try to raise the price on what we're selling. Yeah, we need as much as possible. We sold that. We're gonna keep one leather vest because we're gonna be getting a party member that I believe can take advantage of this. And we're using knowledge of something that'll happen later. We're just gonna raise price as much as we can. We have a decent amount of cash. If we really have to sell something, I could do it. I'm not sure. I don't remember how much this costs for upgrade. Oh, Rude Hero, fancy seeing you here. You're actually following me, you little devil. Here for some acupuncture? Yes, please. Ooh, I don't have enough money. That's what I was worried about. I have to sell some items. So unfortunately, because we didn't get the Talisman of Luck, I don't really have a good backup for cash. Ooh, this is gonna be rough, chat. Okay, well, hopefully we can get into some encounters. I'm shy of cash. Let's go for this for now. to scream from getting the upgrade. Okay. So I think going forward, I might try to write out how much it might cost for upgrades. So again, we got kind of unlucky with the boss rolls, because I would have sold the talismans for about, I think with the increase, 300 each. And that would have put us pretty close. So I think next time, if I were to redo it, I'd do 2 more battles, I think, for money. That's fine. Are you ready? Yeah, we're ready. We'll make do with 1 upgrade. Well then, about time we get going, eh? Fengtian Radio from Japanese Army Broadcast says, shh, this is an emergency broadcast from Fengtian Radio. The Army has issued the following report. Criminals suspected in the mass murder of Army soldiers aboard the Chengchuan Fengtian train today have disappeared into Fengtian. The ringleader is a thin Caucasian female. All suspicious persons are to be reported to HQ immediately. Hey, that broadcast just now. Don't tell me. Are you people? Honey, dear, help! No, there's been some kind of mistake. Damn it. What a bother. Let's go, girl in danger. Right, here goes nothing. I'm setting off the bomb. Now! What the? We just got wrecked, chat. Ugh. Hey now, what's with the big boom all of a sudden? Whoa, lady, I can see her. Good, you're alive. Thank God the bomb I designed to save people didn't end up killing them. Anyway, hope you've got a good look, sonny boy. Just think of it as my apology. And how are you feeling, miss? Oh, a luring spy. I'm alright. Confused Private Ogawa in the distance. Damn it all, what was that? Private Takuchi says, hey look, a white woman, and there's a guy with her. They're the people from the radio. Oh, for reinforcements, hurry! We gotta inform the captain. Way they go, chat. Huh, cowards. About what I expect from Kawashima's men. Their main talent seems to be running away. So they're after you too, are they? Us? We're not bomb-toting terrorists, you hear? Jeez, lady, my ears are still ringing. What kind of bomb saves people? She was saying because, like, the bomb would draw them out from the place she was actually planning to bomb. So it's a diversionary bomb, to answer the chat's question. Don't worry, that'll clear up. Now then, I've got to get out of here before they come back, but what are you going to do? I can't babysit, but you could come along with me if you want. Okay, I'm going on ahead. See ya. So yeah, we're gonna have to do some makeup cash at some point. My god, what's your problem? We could have been killed. Rude hero, did you hear that radio broadcast? Yeah, sounds like they blamed you for the attack on the train last night. Me? Don't worry, I'm your accomplice after all. Wait a second, we can't stand around chatting, let's move. Looks like we could get out through here, like that woman did. Okay. Well, we don't have enough cash, but let's see how far we could get. Might do some extra combat, we'll see. There's an item of interest on front of us, but there's an area to the left we want to go to first, if I'm not mistaken. Ah. Received pure seed. That's a lot of enemies. And they went first. No then. I just want like 2 or 3 enemies. I'll do not a 5-person encounter, that's a bit much. I want money, but not that desperately. Not like I can do anything even if I get it now. There's a hole in the wall. See some eyes in there. Is something there? Another monster? I don't know. Eek! Damn, don't freak me out like that. Well, if it isn't the little mutt from the station. What are you doing here, little fellow? Puppy whines. Oh, shoot, chat. I just realized I missed an item. We're gonna have to reset in a second. We'll play out the story at least. The little runt got lost in here. Now he can't find his way out. Oh, how dumb. Just like us, no? So remember how I was saying there's optional lottery tickets? I forgot to say there was one right before we go in the sewers, and I don't think we're allowed to exit. We'll try backtracking once, because I would like to get that for later. Anyway, girl in danger, we're off. Forget about the dog. We can't just leave it here. Let's take it to the exit with us at least. We actually do need the dog to escape, if you're curious. Hey, suit yourself, baby. I'm sure wish someone would take us to the exit. Gunfire. So if you check where the dog came from, you can get a lottery ticket. I just want to see if it lets us take the entrance there. If not, we have to reset. It's that woman. Yeah, that was an oops on my part. Oh, asleep again, eh? What should I do? Oh, rude hero. Hello? Good heavens, she's out cold. I'm sure she wouldn't mind if I just... Go ahead. Whoa, you're awake? Ooh, that hurts. Now look here, sonny boy. Aren't you gonna help me up with an "Are you all right, fair lady?" and a smile? But you obviously don't need any help. I never imagined there'd be monsters roaming the sewers. Guess even I can slip up sometimes. That was almost the end of my epic saga. If the press were to lose me now, they'd be positively crushed. Ow. Ouch. Are you all right? Yes, I'm fine, thanks. Oh, you're the two I met before, aren't you? The terrorist boy and the mysterious girl. You're the terrorist. We're just a couple of helpless murderers. Terrorists? Don't let me together with those barbarians. I'm a spy. S-P-Y, get it? A ravishing beauty that just happens to be Miss Spy Genius. The name's Malkovich. Of course, Malkovich is only my code name. Say, tell you what, I'll let you in on a secret, sonny boy. My real name. Little thank you for coming to save me. Look, I didn't come to save you, and you don't have to tell me your name. Hey, wait a minute. Here I was gonna give you my telephone number and everything. Jeez, I got it already. Okay, so what's your name? You wanna know that bad, huh? My. I can't keep them away with a stick. Fine, forget it. Hold on, alright. Here goes. My real name is... We have Margaret. I just want to know. We'll still name her this regardless. It's definitely a luring spy, chat. That's her real name. She goes around saying her real name because nobody believes her. It's the perfect cover. Alluring spy, then. My name is Girl in Danger, and this is Rude Hero. Nice to meet you both. You won't regret having me on board. Oh, she's Team MVP. Don't worry about that. This dialogue, ... Got a bad feeling about this. I do too. I feel like I missed an item, even though I just went like a screen. Oh? Lets me go back out? Maybe we didn't miss it. Yeah, see that, chat? That's why you take notes. That item is really easy to miss. I think there's guides online that aren't even consistent with, like, if that exists at all. And I will confirm to you, chat, yes, that item does exist. I know, if she just tells everybody she's an alluring spy, they're like, well, we know, but what are you really? Received gold hourglass. Now that is a god-like item. So we're gonna be abusing this very soon. Let's take a look at what this does. All allies indicators sweep half as fast. Hourglass filled with... Oops, sorry. Hourglass filled with granules of gold. Slows the speed of the indicator sweep around the Judgment Ring by half for all allies. So if we combine the gold Hourglass and the Tortoise Fang, we just get double damage for several turns, I believe. And we could just basically nuke anything that we happen to be fighting. Hello, Alluring Spy. Oh. Oh, I thought you could use the vest. Oh well, we'll hold on to it for now. Can we take a look at her gun? I think we can. Easy to carry semi-automatic pistol. Not very powerful or accurate, but a weapon in the right hands. Mini Mauser. Oh well. Small Bible. Sheepskin, a great Bible containing the written word of God. Its holy power may be discovered only by true believers. Cotton blouse. A plain white blouse, the image of female purity. Young ladies look quite sharp in them. Older women appear quite authoritative. I guess we'll look at each of the descriptions since we're here. Bandana made by the hands of 100 virgins? What? Okay, I think that's the most bizarre item description we've seen so far. Using mystical dye and silk thread raises defense power. Leather belt. Belt made from the hide of a young lion and tanned with mystical sensei stone. It raises attack power when worn. Pedometer, which we've read. That's about all for now. I don't think we looked at the description for this. Finally crafted brooch set with the guardian stone of the god Achilles. When worn, can escape even when allies are berserk. Finally, the shell bracelet. Bracelet carved out from a large red pearl oyster shell that was used by a medicine man in the Dark Ages. Raises resistance to poison when worn. I know. I love these item descriptions. Oh, look at that leather vest, by the way. The vest made from carefully tanned hide of southern steer. Perfect for the male adventurer who swears by leather for battle. Don't get it wet. Well, I mean, there's gonna be blood everywhere. Of course it's gonna be wet. Knuckle Blade. This handheld weapon has sharp blades affixed to it, allowing for slashing as well. It's made of a powerful black steel and is easily carried. So I might have missed the item description of his old fist item. If I did, I'll just go back a save and show it off at some point. Yeah, we have quite a few items we want to get. So now that we have Alluring Spy, actually I should talk about this. We want her to go first. We're only going to do combat where she goes first, because she has basically an AoE nuke, aka the grenade, and that's going to be how we're going to get some money. So like this right here, bad. We need to leave. Oh, come on. Did we get back attack too? It's still not my turn. Are you kidding me? Please let me leave. Well, we're getting bad combat RNG again, chat. What a shame. We're gonna go ahead and save here. Not sure if Girl in Danger should be a level higher or not. I guess we'll find out the hard way at some point. Actually, speaking of which, since we're at a save point, and this is before I sold things, let's take a look at his weapon description. Ooh, that's where it saved? Maybe later, chat. Or, no, I could do it from here. We're good. I thought I had to be in the other menu. We're good. Leather gloves for punching. Damages enemies while providing protection. Ideal for fighters. And we have the cotton shirt. A manly cotton shirt. Easy to move around in, but very rugged. Real adventurers look great in simple designs. Okay. The game is trying to tell us there's help options if we want to learn more about the sub-mechanics of the game, but we don't need that at the moment. We want to make sure to grab every item from here, and then we are going to leave. As I said before, I'm kind of concerned we didn't get the final weapon upgrade on our character, so I would like to potentially get more MP here. Kind of low on mana leaves. Got a lot of health. So we'll see how it goes. Type 94 pistol. Interesting. Already got a different weapon for her. Ooh, that lowers her special attack, though. I actually don't want to put that on. When we're out of MP, this is what I want, but until then, I think I actually don't want to switch. I feel like that's a bait. 8mm radius, 8-shot automatic. Extremely well balanced and easy to use, but must be used with caution due to light trigger. Also causes confusion. So if all I did was melee, this is useful. So I might switch over to this for a boss, but for clearing these random encounters, no way. We'll take this in case we have to sell items at least. Also, you know what I should have done? I should have tried taking the equipment from the other character and trying to sell it. Well. Hey, is this? Yep, no question about it. It's a Taoist seal. Maybe to keep us from getting out. But who said it? I doubt there's anybody in the Japanese army that can use black magic like this. It's a lot different from the kind of magic I know. You're right, this feels far more sinister and evil. It simply reeks of it. Anyway, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get out of these sewers unless we break it. Break a Taoist seal? How? I don't have a clue. Looks like something fits into the center of the symbol. Heard about this kind of occult feng shui magic before, if memory serves. There are two ways to break the seal. Open the lock on the other side, or destroy its guardian. There aren't any guards around, it's just the three of us. But that terrible, oppressive feeling I get here, like someone's been watching us. I know, manly cotton chat. Ever since we arrived. Oh, what a pain. You're out there, save us both some time and show yourself. Come on, let's play. Dear, dear, there are plenty of situations when brute strength just isn't the answer, sonny boy. So, that leaves the lock. All we got to do is find something to unlock it with, right? Alright, let's start looking. Huh? Right on schedule. The bomb I set at the train depot just went off. Damn, alluring spy, how many firecrackers do you have set up there? That was the last one, I swear. I bet the Japanese army didn't even know what hit them. Didn't know what hit them? No sewer collapses, we won't know what hit us either. Oh, come now. Who do you think you're talking to? I'm a alluring spy, Miss Spy Genius. Oh, that's quite a title. As if I'd make that kind of mistake. It's all according to plan, every last detail. I can't believe this. We're gonna make another save. In case something goes horribly wrong as we wander around the sewers. Step before, we might try to squeeze into combat here, if we could go first. Annoying. We are taking a lot of damage. I think I'm gonna have to heal. Really? Okay. Unfortunate, chat. So this is a special attack, so equipping the other...
Yeah, I can use some help here.
The other weapon's not useful. Also, she just summons a grenade. She's got good help, chat. Somehow you don't believe her. Oh, she's throwing a gun in the air like it's the Hoy. That's kind of dangerous. So we have Girl in Danger leveling. She learned Holy Edge. Nice. We Rude Hero leveled. Not bad. A little more Water and Light. We'll be gathering those towards the end of the game. Malice is a green. Use Cure. At least now we could say, like, they're slightly tankier. Again, Girl in Danger is only going to be healing. I don't really care if she gets hit for 50 versus 35. Like, it just doesn't matter. As long as the protagonist does damage and Alluring Spy, we're fine. I forget which side of the room I have to go to. I think I'm on the wrong side. Yeah, I'm on the wrong side. That's fine. We're gonna look for another item before returning. And we're gonna be expecting a boss pretty soon. Again, this might be an opportunity. We might end up buying a Mono Leaf or something. Because I was expecting a little better item luck, but who knows? Can she one-shot this group? Find out. Well, I was going for the red just to make up for it, but I was slightly too early.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
We'll try to conserve her MP, though. And maybe we'll switch her over to the other gun once we're done with this. We'll enjoy our extra money in the meantime. 385 in cash. Excellent. Give us some earth and fire. Okay. Let's head over to this very strange looking wall, chat. Very suspicious. Receive the sealing stone. All according to plan, eh? So why is it caving in, Miss Spy Genius? Oh, this is according to plan too. See, we got the stone, right? Nobody's buying it. Okay, I admitted it was a mistake, but it turned out all right, didn't it? See? Now let's hurry. I think there's an item right there. Yeah, I remember missing this. Okay, we got it, chat. Look at what it does. Renders paralysis ineffectual. I might switch him off then to that, just to make sure he can't get any status ailments. Maybe we'll have her take the Star Brooch just for extra defense. That way they're about the same defense-wise. So he can't be impacted by any status ailments at the moment. Maybe that's the best call. This is where things could get dicey. I might use a mana leaf here with the expectation that I'm gonna buy one in the shop later. I think that's a good call, actually. So I think I'd prefer a safety level up because I didn't get what I wanted. Oh, she got poisoned. I was hoping Alluring Spy would go first. Man, she's just taking all sorts of damage. Please don't die because I didn't run. She is so close to death, chat. That's actually insane. Anyway, we're gonna take a safety level here. We might need it. We'll use Mana Leaf. I can always rebuy it with the money we made from this. So for me, this is worth it just to get a more guaranteed boss fight. Now Girl in Danger is leveled again, and Alluring Spy has learned Aqua Edge. So 385 cash more than makes up for it. Not too shabby. And we should almost be able to afford the other upgrade now, even before the boss. We're gonna use her healing magic, because this is literally its only purpose. We're gonna go ahead and use a Mana Leaf here. But we're gonna have to get another one later. I have Pure Seed in case the combat goes on too long, but technically, if I really plotted out how much damage we had at each point in the game, I might not even need it. Because again, the big problem is Girl in Danger sanity is just so low as a max. Oh, come on. I swear, chat, we are getting the worst RNG with these battles. I don't want to see a back attack ever. Please let me leave combat. I'm so close to the save point in the boss fight. Let us leave. Okay, we left. So I'm going to use magic to just top ourselves off. I have the items in our inventory because we'll be needing it. Not for this fight, but maybe the fight in the village much later on. I'd rather be able to cure with, like, one of our side characters, or if the protagonist hero needs to heal people. I could deal with the Malice now, but I don't really see the point in it yet, honestly. The evil I sensed before, it's getting stronger. Indeed, I'm breaking out in a cold sweat. This is just icky. Is that the Sealing Stone? Yeah, we're ready for a boss fight. On, baby. Something's coming. targeted a lot. Hopefully we can... Hopefully we can get away with the grenade. We're gonna be spamming this a lot.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
Let's fuse. Raging Tiger, stat increase. Hello, Belcro. Hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and just immediately attack the Water Tiger. Heal Root Hero. Again, if Girl in Danger dies, I don't really care. As long as their damage healers live, chat, that's all I care about at the end of the day. Perfect. Went towards our damage dealer. Okay. Okay. Now Girl in Danger is gonna have to heal herself. We got grenades. Let's go ahead and use them.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
Well, let's try our best here. Hopefully this is good enough. We got enough for one more grenade. I think we'll go for it. Again, she's just mostly saving up on our healing items, so we don't need to use them. Oh, what's this? Oh, is this an... Oh, it healed its... Oh, it healed itself by a lot. Ew. It healed 190? Oh, that's a big problem, chat. That's pretty much all of its health just got healed.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
Huh. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Alright, well, we're gonna melee the guy on the far left then, so he doesn't get another heal, because that was ridiculous. Well, this fight's gonna take a while. Let's have her defend, if she gets targeted. Speaking of which, good call. So she's out of MP, so am I allowed to switch weapons from here? I don't think I can, no. We'll have to change weapons later. So, super unfortunate, because I think that undid literally all of our grenade damage. The Girl in Danger is probably going to go berserk. There's very little I could do about that. That 150 heal set us back a lot of turns. This thing doesn't have a ton of health, but... yeah, see, her sanity's already at 1. That actually killed a Luring Spy at almost full health? Oh, no, chat. Things are going horribly wrong. Well, Girl in Danger's gone berserk. That's fine. Oh, that's less fine. Don't hit me. Stop that. We still have this. This is fine. I don't care if they kill Girl in Danger. We should be fine. I'm just more annoyed I have to use healing items after this because of that. So that 150 health completely trolled us, because this boss should have been dead by now. She's using Holy Edge on herself. Okay. She's Holy Edge on me? Oh. Is that gonna mess up my damage? Didn't really seem to make a difference. What a shame. What an absolute shame. Well, I guess we'll find out if she gets XP while berserked. Nope. What an absolute shame, Chad. I think we really needed that XP on the other character. Oh well. Ooh, that frightened me to death. Hey, what happened to it being either or, lock or guardian? Jeez, what kind of trembling little coward double locks? At least it was an easy victory. Okay, okay, whatever you say, Luring Spy. You died. We had Girl in Danger go berserk. I mean, I guess it was easy for Rude Hero. Z takes like no damage ever. What is it? You know, we destroyed that thing, but I can still sense intense evil. Don't worry, the seal's broken. Up ahead's a landing strip. We're gonna go get us an airplane. Come on. Oh no. Oh no, chat. I just remembered. We're actually coming up to an annoying boss battle. Not the one I was thinking of, but yeah. I still feel like someone's watching us, though. We're gonna have a lot of fun reaching that airstrip I just recalled. Let's see, can we do anything to increase our defense? We can. Knockback ineffectual? Sure. Put it on her for now. It's really tempting to switch her to this gun, but honestly, fine. Oh, why am I curing? I could just 10. What's 10? So we're down a couple levels, which is unfortunate. But I might just keep going. Hey, we ended up with 4K. That's enough for maybe 2 upgrades? We'll do one more battle just to make sure I have enough money. And then I think we'll continue. I think because I'm not going to use her special, I'm going to switch it to this temporarily. But I'm going to put it back in a moment. One encounter. Just don't give me a back attack. Don't give me cross attack. Just one safety battle. That's all I want. Extra gold in case I need another Mana Seed. Come on, you can do it. Okay, there we go. Like, we're gonna use all Girl in Danger's healing on ourselves. It's not bad. Also, that thing's called Frog God. What a name. Yeah, we're gonna be spamming Raging Tiger. It just adds so much physical damage. This will make up for, I think, a weaker weapon at the moment than I'm used to having. Still decent damage, though. Yeah, that does, like, no damage to him. I don't really care about that. Can she kill this if she gets in with the Bible? Let's find out, chat. Ooh, it was only off by 2. Good call. As long as we don't get poison here, we're good. So that damage all went to one character. That's 1 cure's worth of MP. It was worth it to me to do. There's no way it's surviving 2 attacks. Especially when she softens it up. Nice. There we go. Unfortunately, Alluring Spy did not level because she died, but it is what it is. A little extra money for later. You know what? That actually went so well. I'm going to do one more because I think we might have to have Rude Hero carry us. I'm not going to lie. So all I care about is him getting closer to hitting a level. Although I am at Yellow Malice. We'll get into one more battle. Then I think we'll proceed. Again, the goal is not to use any MP, because I think I need every last bit of it for the upcoming fight. I love that now I can't get the encounter. Like, before I had another party member, it's like 5 steps, get in a battle. Now it's like, nah, you don't want more XP. Ooh, not a good fight. Hopefully it does not poison us. Let's go for the spiders. So we're just gonna get some safety money here, and then I think we'll proceed. Oh, he actually one-shots it. Interesting. Girl in danger. I'm gonna need you to block as soon as you get a turn. Nice. Poisoners are dealt with. Still was not able to block in time. Man, her agility is terrible. I think because she's a level behind from the early deaths, it's kind of snowballing for her. She just cannot act in time. What a shame. Oh, she might actually block this fireball. We'll see. Usually they like to target her. Well, they targeted everybody but... Oh well. Time to die. Easy kill. I can't believe I missed that final hit. I got so greedy. But it died anyway, so I didn't get punished. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother for the reds. We don't even need it. It's fine. Ooh, a mono leaf. Exactly what I was hoping for. Cool, I don't need to purchase that later. Nice. That makes life easy. Because I used one that I wasn't intending to use. Our Malice is like orange. We're fine. Got 5k. That should be enough for an upgrade for Rude Hero. Hopefully to max out his weapon damage next time we get to the shop. Let's go above ground. I think I forgot to sub out her weapon, but that's okay. We'll make do. Hey, Tiny, come back. Oh, the mutt ran away, huh? Forget about him, girl in danger. He's just happy to be outside. But... Okay, fine. We're following the dog, chat. It's a cute dog. It's wandering around, leading us closer to the aircraft. Now barking a lot. Uh-oh, Tiny, what are you doing? Private Tamora says, huh, stray dog. You lost, boy? Uh-oh. Japanese troops. It's them! The wanted terrorists from Fengtian. Sound the alarm. Prepare for battle. Inform Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima immediately. Damn dog. Dog betrayed us, chat. Looks like we've got no choice but to fight. Huh, this should be fun. Okay, so hopefully us not having the right gun will not be impactful. We're just gonna grenade the soldiers is the strategy, I think, going forward. But if we need to, we could slap them around with this. They don't seem to have a lot of health. Honestly, I might even just conserve my MP here. Let's see. Can the gunner girl kill with this without me needing to grenade? Oh, I missed the final hit. The answer's no now. Why did I get so greedy? Well, that did no damage. Whatever. I was worried we'd take like 20, but honestly, 10, whatever. I'd rather save my MP. $420 cash, Talisman of Luck. Not quite able to Am I not gonna level in this fight? That's gonna be so depressing. They're gonna be like 10 XP from leveling, chat. Oh my gosh. Damn, they're tough. Keep your guard up. Next match of soldiers. Dang, chat. One more battle, we would have had the triple level up. Ooh, the knockback there, kind of annoying. He should still kill in the back row, because this character is pretty ridiculous. So, I don't think I really talked about this, but there is the front row, back row system. It does about what you think it would do. The frontliners in the front do more damage if they're in the front line, but they take more damage than those in the back row. Let's see, am I able to still deal decent damage in the back row with this character? Still one-shot them, doesn't matter. Hopefully this finishes him. Oh, I thought he was within 3. He just did 2 damage, whatever. Okay, we conserved our MP, that's all that matters. Honestly, for taking that little damage, I don't really care. Chat, we're gonna be 10 XP shy. Oh my gosh. That is so painful. Oh, I should have done one more fight. Oh well. This is gonna be fun. I was kind of expecting to level on that fight, chat, so, Over so soon, they're hardly worth their salaries. What do we do now? Reinforcements are gonna be here any minute. Right. No time to waste. Let's grab that plane of ours. Plane explodes. Rest in peace, plane. Hey, girl in danger, you okay? Yeah, big oof, chat. I'm 1 level off. Yes, I'm all right. Another kaboom? What the hell's going on? Plane, it blew up. Yeah. Uh-oh, chat. The dog is the traitor all along. He got you with his cuteness, chat. Checkmate. Why, there's nothing to fear, girl. I'm just your cute little dog, Tiny. Dog's glowing, chat. Can't trust dogs. The dog is talking? You're the one that blew up the plane, aren't you? Just as we're about to make our escape. As if I'm going to go chasing you halfway across the continent. I think not. You're coming with me. Dang you, Tiny. Betrayed us. The heathen girl, that is. Who are you? This evil aura. So you're the one that's been watching us ever since the sewers. That's correct. Oh, I get it. You're Bacon. Why did you get reincarnated as a dog after I killed you on the train? Oh, excuse me. Let me reframe that. What? Did you get reincarnated as a dog after I killed you on the train? This is too much. How unbelievably lame. No, foolish boy. How dare you mention me in the same breath as that charlatan? You want to know who I am? Not that you zeros are even worthy of hearing my name. That's why I'm a cat person. They're just cannibals. Something like that, chat. Cats, dogs, birds, snails, frogs. None of the animal choices are safe today, chat. Let's see. Is it Tiny after all? What? That does it, you wench. I can't follow all this. Look, buddy, I don't know who you are, but we don't have time to chew the fat. Ooh, what a statement. Ugh. I'll not stand for this. You shall repent. Taste my wrath. The wrath of Dewey. There we go. Tiny's not so tiny anymore, chat. Tiny is probably gonna wreck us, but we're gonna do our best. He went first. That's a bad sign. That is a very bad sign that he went first. I'm already at half health. That is certainly something. Well, I'm just gonna have them basically heal each other, and hopefully we can get through this. So, Root Hero is gonna be doing all the DPS. We're just gonna have her Thera leaf constantly. Whenever we get a chance, we'll throw Grenade. Girl in Danger will also just heal herself. I'm hoping it just single targets and does not try to Fire Breath every turn, because that would be very bad for us. Yeah, Tiny betrayed us, chat. Well, welcome to Shadow Hearts. Right, chat? Welcome to Shadow Hearts. Let's heal ourselves with magic. So anyway, if you're wondering why I bought so many healing items earlier, this is one of the boss battles I forgot about, but definitely would probably need us to heal almost every turn. So I'm glad I bought 11 healing items. We're going to be going through a lot of them in this encounter. I just wanted to, like, single target Rude Hero. That would be ideal. Like, Alluring Spy is as tanky as she could be. I don't really know what to say about that. She's just gonna heal herself every turn. Okay. Well, chat, Alluring Spy is never going to attack. I hope you enjoyed Alluring Spy in this combat. I tried to conserve her MP to make this fight go a little faster. I think we've done about 100 so far. So say goodbye to our healing items. Unfortunately, Girl in Danger is gonna lose sanity because this boss is deciding to go twice in a row. Oh no, I'm too low level, chat. If I had one more level, that wouldn't have happened. That is such a shame. Well, this just became a lot harder. I swear, the early fights in Shadow Hearts are just so brutal. I don't understand, because I feel like the later fights are so much easier. It's crazy. Anyway, we don't have to worry about her sanity. Is it actually going to attack or only spam Fireball? I wish it did attack. We're gonna do normal strikes. Weirdly, I think Grenade is Water Element, if I remember correctly, so it works okay on the dog. Like, you think it would be fire, but it should do fine, damage-wise, weirdly. Sorry, Girl in Danger, you're gonna be so far behind in levels, I don't even know what to say. Some things never change, chat, in the different playthroughs. 52, okay. Please live. Yeah, like, chat, did you see how tame that attack was compared to the triple Fire Breath? Like, that's how unlucky we got. If we had that, this fight would have been free. I wish it did that attack every turn. Oh, speaking of which. So it seems to be double turning us, which is kind of unfortunate. So she might be okay. Yeah, she can heal herself. I don't need to heal quite yet. I'd rather melee. This thing has about 500 health. We've dealt more than half at this point. I think that's 250. Oh, come... Wow, we got killed via RNG. That was the worst luck possible. I think we might actually have to restart. That was the worst luck possible. It got all 3 hits on the melee. It does look bad. I think it's game over. If he Fire Breaths here, it's game over. I don't have enough sanity to transform. This is really bad, actually. Wow. I guess I'm gonna have to do one more fight before we do this, because I thought we were gonna level on the other henchman, and we didn't. We were literally off by 10 XP. That was just so unfortunate. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a game over here, chat. Brutal. So anyway, this game is not easy. It has kind of a weird difficulty curve. As I said before, once we get past the first, I would say, 4 hours of the game, then I feel it becomes a lot more tolerable. But we're at a very annoying boss, and we're getting the worst RNG. I can't believe it double Flame Breath, though, and didn't melee strike in between. So she's about to go crazy. So we're pretty much on our last limbs here. So she's pretty much gonna die, because I can't really control her. And she struck us. We're actually getting trolled, chat. I mean, we might still win. We're within like 100 damage, I think, of winning. I know. It's just so unfortunate. We'll still go for it, though. We're so close. If she just targets him, I think we'd win. That's the worst part. We're really close to killing him. Oh, and it targets him of all characters. Of course. Well, I think it's over, chat. I'll go for the sanity up on him. But I have a feeling it's over. No, come on. Oh, it's over. Alluring Spy, Doom Dust, Spy Confusion. It's over. Man, chat, we were so close. Oh, wait, we didn't actually die from that. Can I make a comeback from this? I need to hit twice, I think. I'm gonna go for the double heal, and then hopefully it dies. I know, that was just, it was literally the worst RNG. I don't even know what to say. Like, if it just started with melee attack, we would have been fine. And it crit. Alright, we're going in for the attack. That's all we have. Please die. Oh my gosh, clutching it out. Oh, spare me. Thank you. And once again, the only person alive is Rude Hero. Oh, brutal. Item Voodoo Doll. So chat, did you think I was gonna win that? It's okay to say no. It was down to the last turn again. I was at 1 sanity, low on healing items, everybody died. Worse luck. Now I get it. So this mutt's actually some wretched old geezer named Dwai. Huh. Giving yourself away like that. Real smart, Dwai. That was way too close. Again, I feel like a lot of boss battles are gonna go that way. Unfortunately now, everybody else is like really far off with levels, so I have to think about how to fix this. Girl in Danger is like 2.5 levels, I think, below where she should be at this point. He seems to know about Roger Bacon. Not only that, but seems to know about me, too. I fully expected the game over. It's okay. We're gonna clutch it out, chat. Hey, come on, you two. We've got to stay on our toes. Alluring Spy says after being knocked out every boss battle, every time. I know a little something about that Dwai character. I'll tell you about it later. In the meantime, I'll look for a plane we can use. Be right back. Geez, Girl in Danger, you sure are popular with older guys. You do have that whole innocence thing going on. Maybe it's because you have some big secret. Ooh, don't look at me that way. So there we go, chat. We're gonna have to restock. I'm glad I did some bonus battles for money. We're gonna have to reset on that. That was way too many healing items used, for sure. Also glad I kept the Sanity Seed, or else I'm pretty sure I would have game overed without it. Hey, you guys, look what I found. What do you think? Pretty nifty, eh? It was abandoned, I think, but it started when I gave it a swift kick. Oh yeah, that's a hand-me-down, all right. You want us to ride in it? Bingo! Stop your chattering, kids, and hop in. I was like, if you thought this fight was close, we're not even at the one I thought I was gonna game over on. Damn, is this thing made for midgets or what? What's with the squeaking? Will it really fly? Whoa! Oh, I'm so sorry, Rude Hero. No problem. You're playing late, Girl in Danger. Don't you two get all cuddly on me now. This is it. Hold on tight. Yo, Alluring Spy, maybe this plane wasn't such a hot idea. It's really shaking. Yeah. There's no turning back now. Come on, Rude Hero. You're a boy, for God's sake. Show a little gumption. Here goes, full throttle. I was gonna say, chat, I'm gonna let you know, if we end up in a misty town, we're coming up to what I think is the hardest boss in the game. Not the side bosses, not like the end game boss, this upcoming boss. Because it's so annoying. I just really hope we can cheese it, chat. We've been collecting items. We're going to be using, I think, all of them. I kid you not. We are going to be using all of our damage ups. So I want to see this boss not live more than a turn. Or more than a few turns, that is. Okay, so we have Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima. It appears we're moments too late. And the garrison has failed to stop them, I see. Just how far do they think they could get in that rust heap? Amusing little fools. Private Kazumi says, Lieutenant Colonel, the pursuit planes are prepared to fire. With your permission, we could shoot them down. No need to waste ammunition. They'll crash before they get too far. One thing that does surprise me, however, never imagined they'd be involved with that Malkovich. No, it's a luring spy. Private Sonata says, I apologize about the state of our troops, Lieutenant Colonel. Don't worry about it. I'm heading for Dalian. Make the preparations. I suppose we should have set traps for them. Then lay patiently and wait. Yes, ma'am, understood, says Yokoyama. Ooh. Okay, we squeaked through. Saving our health. Man, they are so far behind. At least we have 30 sanity now. That's kind of nice. So yeah, what a shame. Literally needed one more encounter, and they would have had enough health, I think, to survive. And also have gone fast enough to go on second. Oh well. Let's go to Dalian. Uh-oh. Having some kind of flashback. Annie's speaking. Rude hero, slow down, honey. You're gonna fall. Oh, that's quite a look for young Rude hero. Is he wearing a bow? What is he wearing? Is it like a hood with cat ears? Like, what is that? It's like definitely on the back of his head. Interesting. Don't worry, Mom, I'm fine. I'm just gonna go tell Dad it's supper time. He's been working so hard. He must be hungry. Be seeing this a few times. Uh-oh, chat. Familiar looking mask on the back of our head. Some person named Hyuga, who we're referring to as father. You're all out of breath, boy. Did you run all the way here? Mom says supper's ready. Young Rude hero. Oh well. Could use a break. Oh, that was the back of the mask in the picture. That makes sense. Okay, I wasn't thinking about that before. Cat ears, it's a fox ears. That was close. Oh well, I could use a break. There's still so many left. Can you really seed it all by summer? Sure. Winter's much harsher here on the continent than in Katsurugi, where you were born. First, we work to plant lots of seeds. Then in the fall, we split the harvest with everyone from town. 1 second, chat. We'll work hard and help each other out. We make it through even the toughest of winters. Understand? Yup. Father looks puzzled. Say, Dad, will you have to go away again in the fall to work? For how long? Will you be back soon? It's okay, Dad. I can wait for you, because I'm a man. But Mom's different. She's a girl, so she misses you. She tries to hide it, but I can tell how sad she is. Little kid, dropping the truth bombs on the father. I know. Feel terrible about doing this to you and your mother. Rude hero, you look after Mom while I'm away, alright? I'll try to come back before winter. Okay, I promise. Come back soon, okay? Of course, I promise too. Come on, Mom's waiting. Little bit of insight on our protagonist, followed by the voices. The young searches for his father's. Think fate, you will face your destiny in Shanghai, I think is what she's saying. I wonder how accurate the dots are to the missing letters. Like, some of it did look like it actually matched up, like letter for letter. I'm kind of curious about. Rude hero, wake up. Please wake up. What? Something happened? Did something happen? Say it did. How could you possibly sleep at a time like this, sonny boy? Time like what? The engine's busted. Rude hero, I heard what you said in your sleep. You were saying, Dad, they're coming to kill Mom, help. Well, that definitely took a turn. Seemed to be in so much pain. Her response. Look here, Missy. This is no time for casual discourse on somniloquy. Somniloquy? Ooh, what a word. Huh. Learned something new today, chat. We're going to crash. Crash, I tell you. Aye. I mean, I see the root words having to deal with sleep, but it's just very interesting. I don't see that word very often. Oh boy, chat, are you ready for the best cutscene in the game and the worst boss in the game? You better brace yourselves, chat. I am motivated to get to this cutscene. This is what I want to play the game again for. This is the cutscene that defines this game. It is something. I will try really hard not to laugh or do other things during the cutscene, but it is just too much, chat. I can't handle it. Root Hero says, man, I thought we were done for. Me too. I can't believe we made it in one piece. Oh, chat, you thought you could get away with it? You got one pieced again. Oh, 39 times. Wow, we're up to a lot of times that phrase is used. Yeah, oh no, we're here already. See, people that have played the game before, they know what I'm getting into. This is gonna be something. Loring Spy says, I never dreamed we'd crash. Never in a million years. Who would have thunk it, huh? What a gutless plane that was. Thought we'd at least get past Dalian. Alright, we got a little checklist of things that we need to find before we progress the plot. But we're gonna be in for quite some time. Forget Dalian. You must bought us a one-way ticket to hell. Girl in danger, ... Don't glare at me, you two. That's not very nice. Come on, look at the bright side. We're all still here, right? Oh, I just remembered. I forgot to do something. Hopefully I won't get punished. Okay, so our party is going to briefly change. I will not go into details, but I need to take these off immediately. Temporarily. This will go on her in a little bit. But we need, I think, her to have the pedometer for now. What's the Voodoo Doll do? Comes unconscious in the player's stead once. Ooh. Interesting. I'll think about how to use that. Just go for raw power, I guess. That's not too bad. I could leave her with this. Nah. I don't want to leave her with anything for a little bit. We're going to go back towards the docks. We're going to go ahead and pick up an item. Received a lottery ticket. Hello. We're doing good on the boat count. I'm going to see if we have any comments upon this little boat. We'll be seeing this in the future. Apparently we have nothing to say. And with turtle. Gosh darn it, my turtle's run away somewhere in this bush. Is there anything I could do? Ooh. I kind of want to do this. This is optional. I'm just thinking about... I'm just thinking about, will I just try it once and see how it goes? This is always makes me so nervous because it's just like, I'm not really that close to a save point because I feel like I'm gonna get sucked into like a million cutscenes. We're gonna hold off on him for a little bit. I want to come back to him though. Oh yeah, let's try a save and then we'll go for it. Hopefully this will work. The item is not needed, I think, for what we're doing. Like, I imagine most people skip it, but we're actually going to go back and do it. I was thinking the save point was at the inn, and then the inn would trigger cutscene stuff, and then we would have a limited party briefly. Yeah. Let's try to get it as quickly as possible. I think it is random where the turtle is in here. It's just like a little mini game. This isn't factored into my notes. I just kind of put like, I could kind of do this wherever. But we're just cursing that we can't find the turtle. I'm gonna give us. Hand it over the turtle. Thank you so much. Take this. Received a tent. Whatever, we'll take it. I think there's a better prize. I think he can even give a lottery ticket, if I'm not mistaken. But as I said before, we have more chances at lottery tickets than we actually need. And this isn't factored into my route. Having another tent isn't too bad, because I could use that to grind for money. So, honestly, I'm pretty neutral about that. Tents are going to be used pretty much until the end of the game anyway. Worried Mother says, not too long ago, there was construction started to make this port into something big and modern. Yeah, I think if I had done it before entering this area, it could have been a lottery ticket, but don't quote me on that. It is still somewhat random. I think it just checks certain plot flags. But because I saved, I think I didn't get it. Whatever. Since this ghost trouble, it's come to a standstill. Of course, that's made a lot of people happy. Don't want to see their precious port turned to some steel monstrosity. Yeah, it's fine. Said before, it's just a free item. That little kid running is something. Artie Child says, Sea Mother said monsters come because people don't take care of the sea like they should. Oh, we'll be meeting Sea Mother soon enough. Don't you worry, little boy. The Shrine Woman says, are you going to the inn? Fine, but don't bother Sea Mother. She's the only person we can depend on now. Very strange, chat. Old Innkeeper says, another victim of the curse. It's so awful I can't bear to watch. Rude Hero, do you think that old woman is? Yeah, looks like it. Sea Mother says, oh, almighty God, I beseech you, prolong this boy's life. I beg of thee. Yan Yan says, it hurts. Brother, ask Sea Mother to... Yan Yan's older brother. Oh, how bad is it to be known as somebody's older brother? You're not even your own person. Your identity is based off of someone else? That's terrible. Hang in there, Yan Yan. Don't give up. You're gonna be alright. You're in Shadow Hearts. You're probably not gonna be alright. Please, Sea Mother, you've got to do something. It's the only family I have. Yep, time to bother the Sea Mother. Exactly, chat. Yan Yan, I can't help you. You fought very hard. You're a brave, brave boy. You can't say that, Sea Mother. Oh god, Yen Yen. I'm sure it was very difficult, but it'll soon be over. I do not possess the power to eliminate Lily's curse. Forgive me, Yen Yen. This is horrible. Cursed and killed by someone's hate. That's actually weird since he was born first, then named after the younger brother that wasn't even born yet, apparently. Excuse me. Meanwhile, in the game, they're going, Yen Yen? Yen Yen? No! Added O's. Oh my gosh, chat. I'm so excited for this cutscene. Spirits in heaven. Spirits in the heavens. Our proud fisherman will be coming under your care. Please be good to him. Yan Yan's older brother says, Thank you, Sea Mother. At least I won't have to worry about Yan Yan losing his way. Damn you, Lily. How could you be so unthinkably cruel to our village? Imagine if he introduced himself to other people like that too. You have to wonder, I mean, like, how many of the people actually go by their in-game titles? Some of them do. Uh-oh. Is he Sea Mother giving us a look? Old innkeeper says, one burial after another. Are you guests? I'm sorry, but please leave me be. We allowed to take the stairs yet? Oh, we are. Innkeeper son says, well, well, customers. What a good stuff to take a look around. What do we need from here? What did I write down? So I could buy the Knuckle Blade here, technically, but we already have it. I wonder if his inventory changes later or something. Ooh, can we break into the back? Oh no, little boy's gonna stop us. Innkeeper's son's son. Oof, what a terrible title, chat. That might be one of the worst. You can't go in there. Okay, we'll check back later. I think his shop will update a little bit, but we haven't got far enough in his story. Can we investigate anything in this room while we're here? Nope. Uh-oh, chat. Spooky music. We'll make another save here. I don't have faith, chat. This is gonna be tough. I'm just letting you know. But we're gonna get into something amazing first. Ooh, look at that evil spirit glowing in the corner, chat. Hey you, the sun's gone down. Shouldn't you be inside? I love when we just walk outside, just completely like la-di-da. They're like, yeah, you shouldn't go outside. We're just there. It's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna check the inn again in a little bit. We'll see what happens. Everyone's so scared of me, they won't open their doors. That voice. You must be Lily. That's right. What a pretty voice. My voice used to be like that too. Even prettier, maybe. It's you, isn't it? The evil spirit that comes out when the sun goes down. Oh, did I miss a line of dialogue? I feel like we needed more lead into this. Like, we got a little bit about Lily. Maybe I should have talked to some of the other towns members. Oh well. Well, we're here now, I guess. Thought I smelled a monster. Right, let's see what you got. What's the point? I only have business with her. So the sacrifice for tonight. You. Oh no, girl in danger got struck by lightning. sunset tomorrow, the girl will die. All you could do is sit by and watch. Oh, glorious. To be in agony until the very moment of her death. The same agony I tasted. Yeah, I guess that is the grandchild, Kirk. Stop! Wait, you little... girl in danger. God damn it all to hell. Girl in danger, wake up! Girl in danger! Darn it, girl in danger, you're always in danger. Why does this keep happening? See, Mother? Help us, please! It can't be. It is. That sound. You saw Lily, didn't you? The girl's in grave danger. Bring her inside, hurry! It's the same as Yan Yan and all the others. Lily's curses pierce deeply into her tiny body. Well, what can we do, see, Mama? There's gotta be something. Please. Calm yourself. I've called upon a warlock more powerful than I. He should arrive soon. Well, hopefully, chat, we can still go to the shops. There is an item I want to pick up before we do the boss. It's not make or break for the boss itself, but it would help if we got it sooner rather than later. And yet, fate is cruel. This girl seems to bear a destiny similar to Lily's. You lost your beloved father, did you? In a foreign land far, far away? Poor girl. Did Lily lose her father too? Yes, but under different circumstances. Fate has dealt them both a terrible hand indeed. I don't know why, but him saying that made me think of Johnny Bravo. Oh, Kirk is pulling all the references out. I think I've seen a couple of episodes of that. Although, did he have more of a standalone cartoon, or was he more like the stand-in announcer? Don't remember too many full episodes if he did have his own show. I do remember him as, like, showing up in other people's shows, though. So who is this Lily? Why did she turn into a ghost, and why is she menacing this town? Curious, are you? About her tragic tale? Yes, I am, see, Mother. I am preparing myself. This is so amazing, chat. I love this. Yes, I suppose you should hear this. Indeed, it seems to me that Lily may have drawn you here. It will be a long story, though. Oh, don't worry. I will extend this stream just for you, see, Mother. Fine, go on. Lily, her fate was cursed. 15 years ago, there was a sudden tornado that sank many ships. Lily's father was on one of them. He was her only blood relative. She stood on the docks praying fervently for his homecoming. She waited and waited, but still her father would not return. So she called out to the stormy sea. Blue Dragon, God of fishermen, anyone, please save my father's life. I will do anything. At that moment, a massive bolt of lightning struck the water, and the ocean suddenly became calm. Her father's ship returned safely, but the gods were cruel. They had taken away her voice. Oh, you did make it back in time. Ooh, you got lucky, Chris. We're getting close. You might have had another 3 or 4 minutes before the actual cutscene starts, but this is a good lead into it. That was not all. Her voice became switched with her father's. His rough fisherman's voice. Father now spoke in Lily's sweet, dulcet tones. From that day on, he refused to ever speak again. That year, a traveling theatrical troupe visited the village. Such bad timing it was. Lily fell in love with one of the actors. I tried everything to get her voice back, to no avail. The only way was to kill her father. One fateful night, Lily came to me speaking in her father's voice. See, Mother, give me that dagger, the blade used in your rituals. I've made a decision. It was shameful, but one look into her eyes and I completely froze. Here we go, chat. I'm putting the controller down.
Ah, yes, I understand. I'll make this short. Okay. By the mercy of the blue dragon. No, it may have been a curse. Lily's pretty voice was switched with her father's gruff voice. And the only way to get her own beautiful voice back was for her to kill her father.
She had so much emphasis on the word kill.
Having fallen in love with an actor in a traveling troupe, Lily took my ceremonial dagger to kill her father. That's where we left off, correct? That's right. Give me the sharpest knife so that my father won't suffer for too long. Horrible, isn't it? Just thinking about it gives me the shivers. I still remember the horror. Lily's pretty lips spoke those horrible words in the gruff voice of an old fisherman. She didn't kill her father right away, though. She couldn't. Every night, she would go to her father's bedroom and stand beside his bed. She would lay the dagger on her father's bearded throat. But still, she couldn't commit the final act. She would just stand there in silence for a while. Then she would leave the room with tears in her eyes. Every night, the same routine. But actually, her father was not asleep. He was ready to die if it meant that his daughter would have her beautiful voice back. The daughter, standing at her father's bedside. The father, pretending to be asleep while his daughter places a dagger to his throat. My heart aches every time I picture the scene. And finally, the troop was ready to move out of the fishing village the next day. Lily made up her mind and entered her father's bedroom again. But the bedroom was empty. Her father knew she'd leave the village with the theater troupe, so he thought, I'll send her off with a little something. And he had gone out to sea in search of some fish you could catch only on the night of new moon. But irony of ironies, that very night, a storm rolled in and the seas raged wildly. The next day, the sun reappeared and rose high overhead, but there was still no sign of Lily's father. It was just like that night some while ago. Then, as the sun was going down again, the debris of a fishing boat washed ashore from the crimson red ocean. Everyone knew her father was dead. Lily cried and cried in despair. Now neither her voice nor her father would ever return. Her cries echoed all over the village, cries like a wounded beast. Oh! 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 Oh!
Chad, I'm sorry, I can't handle it. This
The young
cutscene.
man from the theater troupe went to Lily's house to console her,
Oh,
but she would not let him in. Of course, he never knew that the hideous cries coming from the other side of the wall were Lily's own. Late that evening, after the sun went down, the cries came again.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, oh,
Oh, no. I can't, chat.
Lily's voice had grown hoarse from her endless wailing, making it sound even more fearsome. But then, another very strange sound joined in.
It's not another strange sound, please, Sea Mother.
Sloop. That. Sloop. Sloop. That.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh.
Like a wet, sloppy piece of meat slithering across the ground. The sound was coming from the harbor, and it was getting closer and closer. Sloop, 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 splat.
Sea Mother, you're trying to... What happened to it being a short story?
And then the gulls started to screech too.
Not the
That's
gulls.
because they wanted that meat. Sloop. Shwee, shwee. Sloop. Sloop. Splat.
I can't.
Sloop. Splat. Sloop.
Oh my gosh, I can't. I can't see chat, I'm blinded. There's too many tears.
The sound stopped right in front of Lily's house.
Oh.
Soon, the door began to open.
Oh, don't do another... I'm just trying to picture their face. They're like...
Sea Mother! Sea Mother!
That's how I feel, like Shaker. Like, we said short story, Sea Mother, short story. Oh, oh my gosh. That is my favorite cutscene in the game. I can't help it, chat. It's just so... It's not like it's bad. It's just very unintentionally funny because it is just so overly dramatic, and I just like the thought that, like, our friend is in, like, mortal peril, and we're all just staring at her, and she's going, "Shoop!" Like, I can't handle it, chat. Like, the cutscene is too much for me. Oh my gosh, that puts me in such a good mood. Oh, okay. Whew, okay. Just gotta wipe the tears from my eyes. Hold on, I need a minute to recover from the sloops. Oh my gosh, okay. Focus, Cowardly Shen. Sea Mother, it's the adept is here. Uh-oh. What message was deleted? Spam name? Uh-oh. Interesting. I'm hoping that's not a real person. Anyway, let's get the controller here. Whew, okay, I can see the controller again, chat, we're good. I can pick it up and hit the buttons. What? You people are... Well, I never. Aren't you rude then? You can't just come barging in, yelling and flailing about. It's what Sea Mother's doing. Now you look at me as if you've seen a ghost. Have we met before? That cutscene will never get old for me. I would play this game again and again just to get to that cutscene. It'll be Sea Mother percentage. That'll be my speed run. It's just... I don't care about beating the game, chat. We got to the true ending already. Oh, no, not at all. I just didn't expect to see such a beauty in a place like this. My apologies. Looks like I'm finally needed again. It's the Quack Oracle. No, it's Quack Oracle, not the Quack Oracle. Come on, Rude Hero, you should learn his name. hadn't come in, she'd still be going. Oh, she would be schlooping and slopping and squawking for like another hour at least. Quack Oracle says, you could drop the quack part, kid. Long time no see. Well, no, it's your name. It's rude not to say your name. I mean, we could call you Oracle, but it's not the same. And who is this? The one from the railroad company? I'm a luring spy. I'm a high-ranking government official from a certain large country. Way to reveal your identity there, alluring spy. Another shady-looking old fellow. So, who are you? Master Quack Oracle, thank you for coming. We've been expecting you. We just got to the best part where I was schlooping. Sorry to keep you waiting. Some idiot blew up the railway depot and the trains aren't running. Isn't this girl in danger? Phew, it's a mighty powerful curse she's under. You needn't worry anymore. My arts are as good as useless against it. More than 10 have died so far. I know, chat loves C-Mother percentage. That would be my speed run. I could perfect the first 2 hours of the game. I'd skip every cutscene, chat, just to get to here. It's not about your lack of power, Mother. It's the man pulling the strings. It's him. What do you mean? You know why Lily came back? Oh, I have a pretty good idea. Starting to see who might be behind all of this. Oh, it's Quack Oracle. Don't worry, I know it's hard. It'll be over soon, I promise. Just stick it out a little longer. Lily is in pain too. Somebody forced her to come back. You're just picturing the C-Mother as a DM and all her players are on the table trying not to break down in laughter. She narrates the adventure with ridiculous sound effects. I would love to know if C-Mother, the voice actress, was in anything else. I would watch a chat. I don't care what it is. I would want to hear it, chat. I want to know. You have to let me know. Know exactly who it is and what he's up to. You just take it easy and get some rest. I assure you, it'll all be over by tomorrow morning, okay? Yes, thank you. Now then, I'm gonna need you two to help. Alright, we don't want to finish his help first. Hopefully we can get inside the other building. Yeah, hopefully I'm not too late, as I said before. Otherwise, I'm gonna be kind of sad. Our first task is to rid this town of its ghosts. What do you say? Are you with me? What'd you say? You want to tag along? If it'll save that girl in danger, you better believe it. Same here. Okay, let's strike while the iron's hot. Good, let's get cracking then. First, we gotta find the place they're all getting in from. My guess would be somewhere down by the water. There's sure to be a mark at the spot where they enter. We need to destroy it. We're not gonna destroy it. We're gonna take some time on it. Monsters are everywhere outside. Be careful. I should look after the girl. Yeah, we're gonna take this opportunity to level because we are really under-leveled for this. And, you know, there's certain risks that are worth taking, but I think we should level a little bit here. We might even get the light soul here. I'm just thinking about it. I'll see how I feel. Right. Leave her to you. Don't worry, it won't take long. Alright, let's get going. Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima's here. So, these three are in the port of Dalian, and the Caucasian girl has been stricken with a curse. Uh-oh. Cowardly Shen. He's working for them. Yes, the man and the woman have set out to destroy the monsters that have been appearing in town. They're gonna break the spell on the girl. At least that's what they say. There's no question. It's Girl in Danger Elliot, all right. The other two must be Thin Man and Malkovich. Very well. The beast is caught in its trap. Yes, we must proceed with caution. Excuse me. Sending in brute strength may not be the best way. In which case, perhaps I'd better do this myself. Uh-oh. Excuse me, Lieutenant Colonel. I was wondering, that is if you, don't need me anymore. Yes, you may go. Get your money before you leave. And one more thing. Let's not breathe a word of this to anyone. Have you got that? Oh, of course. Honestly, I've got a terrible memory. I've already forgotten the whole thing. Just pacing back and forth. Somebody at once. Soldier's voice says, yes, Lieutenant Kennett, or Lieutenant Colonel. Never seen you before. Are you new? Sergeant Kato with a ridiculous chin. Look at that chin, chat. That is Macho Kato to you. I'm Sergeant Kato, ma'am. Reporting from Tokyo for my new post. My expertise is... Actually, wait. I have a better voice for him. Just thought about it. I'm sorry, but could you leave the self-introductions for later? We don't have time for this now. I want you two to dispose of the man that just left this room. Make it look like a traffic accident. Wow, we're just straight up gonna kill a Cowardly Shen. Goodbye, Cowardly Shen. Robust Japanese soldier says, yes, Lieutenant Colonel. You can shave my sculptures with that chin? Exactly, chat. It's so powerful. What? I have a better voice for him, chat. Sergeant Kato, you're coming to Dalian with me. Get a boat ready. A boat, ma'am? I don't care what kind. Any old thing will do. Do you understand? If so, we leave now. Follow me. Ah, Lieutenant Colonel, please wait. Let's take a look at our inventory. Got a new ability called Sriracha Blast. Adds fire class to target's physical attack. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I don't think I ever use this. Does this work properly? I feel like this never worked properly. I want to know if somebody has actually used it and it has been successful. Well, anyway, the leather vest I got earlier is so critical to us because it adds so much defense to him and evasion percentage. We're gonna go ahead and equip him with everything else. So he now has a lot of spell resistance and an auto revive. So we'll be leaving this on him, even though it is a bit risky, because if he does die, it revives him and we lose it. But in the meantime, he gets a lot of spell defense. That's always good. I guess we could look at the oak staff. I don't think we did before. Staff made from the limb of an ancient oak, it raises magic wielder's abilities and is a necessary step on the way to becoming an adept in the Taoist arts. It is the Dogi voice, chat. I thought about it and I'm like, yeah. Oh, helpful owner. Please be careful. If you need anything, just ask. There is something I want. You might be the person I'm looking for. I want the brigand earrings right now. Discount. So anyway, we're now gonna get a lot of money, chat. 100% need that. Now, we lost a bit of money, so I'm gonna go ahead, or we lost a lot of healing items, I meant to say. We're gonna go ahead and top off. And I'm not afraid to get into extra encounters. Ooh, we don't have a bronze dagger. I want the bronze dagger for this fight, 100%. We're gonna get exactly one. Hopefully I have enough money to cap our weapons still. If not, I'm gonna do fights anyway. It doesn't really matter. He sells golden hourglasses? I didn't know that. Oh, man, that is really tempting to get. I'm just trying to do some math in my head real quick. It's good. Gold hourglass is really godlike. Bronze dagger is also really godlike. I'm surprised how cheap these items are, honestly, for how good they are. I'm going to get one... Actually, I don't need it, because I already got it. You know what? I'm gonna get 3 extra healing items. I do not believe in this boss encounter. Do I have any talismans of luck? I have exactly 1. Okay, that should be fine. We're not gonna buy any of these other things. It's just kind of a waste of our money, to be honest with you. I shall look after the girl. Be careful. So we're gonna take advantage of that. We're probably gonna dump all of our best items on this character. I want to save. This is a good sign. I was able to get the 1 item I wanted, which gives us extra cash, because I don't expect the game to give us anything interesting in terms of drops. So I'd rather just get the money, to be honest with you. And the extra money really adds up, because that's like a difference between me needing to do like 3 fights for money or like 7 or more. So you have to keep in mind it multiplies the boss money. Receive 10. Nice. I'm double checking everything here. I feel like I missed something here, so I'm coming back. Well, there is something here. What was that? Receive Seal of Aura. Nice. I feel like there's something else we could do with them, but maybe I can't do it now. What's Seal of Aura? I don't remember. Max MP increases 3 to 5 points. Ooh, interesting. I'm gonna hold on to that because I don't know who to give it to. So she already has a leather skirt, so she's the best equipped she could be. Do I want to give him the hexagonal staff? Do I have enough money for that? I think it really matters, honestly. I think as long as the protagonist gets damage up, I think we're fine. Started looking to see Mother's voice actor. She was also Jessie Wobbuffet in Pokemon. Oh man. Well, I don't want to watch for Wobbuffet, but that's still good to know. Okay, so I could go for damage increase. I don't think I need it. If I get into a couple battles here, this is not a big deal. We're probably going to use one of the tents that we just got and just try to level, because everybody's really far behind where they should be, except for Root Hero. Root Hero's the only character that's the right level in XP. Everybody else is dead when they shouldn't have been. This will also get us an opportunity to get more souls. So where I do this fight doesn't really matter, I guess. At least now we're getting gold for it. Ooh, nice one-hit kill. Pretty powerful, but we could get stronger. Just a Frey and Valkyrie profile? Really? That's crazy. We actually got the perfect? Oh, they're dead. Alright, we want to make sure they level. I think that's all we really need. Already the cash is starting to trickle in. Alluring Spy got better stats. Win bonus is almost at 30. We might as well try to get the win to 30, I guess. I thought it was light. Maybe it was wind I was thinking of. Receive Tea of the Healer. Nice. Just looking around for any items I might have missed, and we could just use a tent, because we now could just pay for the tent. That's why I was saying, like, getting the money here is so big for us, because it just snowballs out of control pretty quickly, actually. I thought there was a way to increase our weapons, or is that later? Might be later. I feel like I'm still missing an item. I'm looking around. Silver Hourglass. There we go. Look how hidden that was, chat. Did you see that treasure chest there? Sneaky game. That's about all I really want at the moment, though. I have my notes that there should be another item here, but I'm not seeing where it is. 1 second as I double check it. Okay, I don't see a reference where this is. Strange. Oh well. Well, for now, I'm gonna walk forward. We're probably gonna get into 2 more encounters just to balance things out. And then I think I'm gonna actually try to progress the plot. What are demons? Interesting. So we did get an extra tent from earlier. So it's gonna pay for itself. They normally cost 480, and every fight here I think was giving over 500 due to the 20% increase. As I said before, I don't really want items. So I think I transformed into the wrong one, but it didn't really matter. She does just not enough damage to deal with it. What a shame. Ooh, another perfect? Ooh. So again, we're just making sure their levels are a little better, because they're like a boss XP off of where I want them to be. 630 in cash again, nice. So I think I'm gonna go until they level, so probably 3 more encounters. Out of curiosity, are we still building Malice? Oh, Malice is red. Better go deal with that, actually. Let's go here and deal with it. See, like, we're so close to wind. I actually really want light more. I think light was the best one overall that I ended up using towards the mid game, but it really just depends on the RNG with the encounters, whether or not I bother. Let's go deal with the Malice, and then we'll do 2 more fights. Oh, you wish to quiet the Malice. Yeah, you got a problem with that? We should be fine. Even for a solo fight, we got Raging Tiger, we're good. Although, we won't be using Raging Tiger on the next boss, because I remember that did, like, no damage. So we're going to be using our other form, surprisingly. It's a Death Emperor. Oh, that thing's got some health to it. And our evade percent worked, thank you. Was that our first dodge of the game? Got the crit, we missed. That's fine, it's like we double turned the enemy. Did a lot of damage to us, but that's okay. Still won. I don't remember if we get XP for this. We should get an item, though. Not from the battle rewards, but somebody... I think they'll give the item to us, if I'm not mistaken. We're closed. Oh? Oh, maybe because I was at red when I did it. Okay. I think they vary the item depending on how we do it, if I'm not mistaken. That's fine. We waited to red. That was too long. I'm just looking around. Get into 1 or 2 more fights, and then I think we'll proceed. So we'll have more than enough money for me to get my upgrade that I was looking for. Looks like we're getting a lot of water, which is a bit disappointing. But can she one-shot with grenade? Let's find out, chat.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
And no joke, we are definitely going to need every drop of help we could possibly get. So usually I don't like to grind in games, but this is an exception. We're getting close. We have a pretty high amount of cash. I think 2 more, then I'm gonna tent and we'll continue. Come on. Hopefully we get not the water. I remember not using the water one as much. This one might be useful for us. Yeah, he's already up to 30 sanity, so I can almost get a double transformation in one combat, which is useful. So if I need to stall a lot, I now have 1 extra turn where I don't need to worry about his sanity. Which is always a good feeling. He's already not taking a lot of damage, which is good.
Yeah, I can use some help here.
And we'll finish off with this. And I think we'll use the 10 at the moment. Awesome, so these are light souls. I don't have to worry about as much later. I think they're light, right? I'll go slow just to see what points they actually add. We still got an item, the Phoenix Tail. Interesting. We're 1 point away from wind. It'd be nice, but I'm not going to use wind even if we unlock it. Let's go ahead and save. This might be good enough, honestly. Root Hero leveled. Honestly, he's going to be the DPS of the group. So I think what our goal is... we're going to go forward, get into in 1 combat, and then we are going to probably then fight the boss. Honestly gonna have him defend and her defend. This should be fun. Honestly, Quack Oracle might be just throwing healing items almost the whole time. Be honest with you, chat. Oh, that didn't actually kill. Oh, that's awkward. Let's finish him off then. I guess if you don't perfect, it's not strong enough. Maybe if I got the other weapon upgrade, it would work. As I said before, I'm not going to worry about the other guy's damage at all. There we go. Got to see his melee. We don't see that very often. And hopefully this should level our comrades. Slightly better stats overall. Maybe more sanity. We'll see what happens. They both leveled. Perfect. Quack Oracle did get another sanity. I think Alluring Spy did as well, because she's at 10 and now Quack Oracle's at 12. That is really good news for us, but we're not really close to leveling, so that tells me we are about where the game thinks we should be. Wind has leveled up, so we could potentially get another form. Don't need to at the moment, though. We'll save that for later. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do, chat. Everybody's going in the back row. Because this boss does too much damage. Just making sure. Looking for items. Ah, this is what I was looking for. Our Phoenix Talent. All these indicators rotate twice as fast, attack doubles. So here's another opportunity for us to get a lot of damage. Talon of the Red Phoenix. Spiritual artifact shaped like the Talon of the Red Phoenix, a god of the four directions. Allies' attack powers are doubled, but ring sweep speeds are also doubled. So as long as we double the radius in which we have to hit, honestly, it's gonna help a lot. Do I go in it not full health? I probably need to be at full health, to be honest. Goodbye, my Thera leaves. Not a really great use, but we can always buy more later. It's okay, Chad. Here's one of my least favorite bosses. I remember barely winning last time. This will be very interesting. Let's raise her special attack power up, because she's going to be chucking grenades, hopefully every turn. But we'll see how it goes. Everybody's in the back. Black Oracle can revive. Now we pray, chat. Just as I expected. This is the mark that's summoning all the specters. We get rid of this, the monsters disappear, right? Alright, let me add it. This fight, chat, is awful. This fight is actually awful. This boss has way more health than the previous boss. To give you an idea of how much of a difficulty jump this is between the previous boss and this boss, I did a lookup while See Mother was happening in the beginning. The previous boss had 480 health. Chat, this boss has 900 health. Why? Why does this boss have almost double the health? I don't understand. So we're gonna go to Death Emperor. That should give us better magic resistance, I think. We need to survive a lot of nonsense. We're gonna go ahead and pop, what was it? The Tortoise Fang I got from earlier. We need to just one-shot this person as quickly as possible. No mercy, this boss, chat. If it's gonna double its health, I'm gonna double my damage. So that item we just picked up, the Red Phoenix Talon, chat, we're also gonna use that. I want this boss to die. I don't want to have any turns of this boss doing anything. Okay. Hopefully I can ignore this for a turn. I need him to use the bronze dagger we purchased. He took a lot of damage, but that's okay. Okay, chat. Now we pray. Oh no, why was that so fast? Oh, that was so fast. I wasn't ready for it. Oh no. That's a problem. I missed that. Ooh, this is gonna be so rough. Oh no, I missed the item I needed to hit. That is such a shame. There we go. I needed to do that. Dang, chat. I missed a turn with the double damage. That is such a shame. Not off to a good start. It's already doing its AoE nonsense. Let's go ahead and heal. Unfortunately, I also missed an opportunity to do damage with them, which is very unfortunate. Dang, I wasted the item. Oh well, trying to make do. Even with the double, that was pretty tight. I mean, I'll take 177. That's still not bad. I just missed a turn of damage, unfortunately. So we're gonna see this boss way more than we probably should.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
Normally, we only do about 50 to give you an idea, so I'm liking this damage increase. We did a quarter of the boss's health, but the problem is I missed that initial hit, and honestly, that's almost like 200 damage I left on the table. So getting that final 200 is going to be an absolute pain. Oh, I got the perfect. Nice. $214. We put the boss at half health. We're going to go ahead and use Terra Leaf on Alluring Spy. She's the most likely one to die. Oh yeah, we're taking advantage of the double damage still, because I think it's active.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
If not, the hit radius is also fine. So we did a lot of damage to the boss. It's at, I think it took 500 so far. She's getting attacked. That did a lot of damage. She's gonna have to heal. Oh, the damage wore off. Okay, chat, we're in danger mode. Hopefully this boss dies really soon before it spams shockwaves or it's over. We did about 600 damage. She's gonna have to heal herself. I'm gonna preemptively heal Root Hero, because I don't care if Quack Oracle dies. Going for the Shockwave. Quack Oracle can heal himself. I'm gonna go for a Grenade again. We need to do about 300 more damage, I think. Bronze Dagger wore off. That's fine. Fingers crossed, chat. I don't want to see this boss do more turns. Please die soon. It's swaying a bit. Yeah, this boss gave me so much trouble the first time, but I think because we did get at least one hit of the double damage, we're not doing too bad. So we could do about 100 a turn, so we need, I think, 3 turns more? Please don't target the Oracle. I'll be kind of upset if it does. Oh, it targeted him. I don't care about that. Just do a normal strike for now. Oh, that does no damage. Dang, we need more MP. Never mind, bad idea. Get another grenade in here. So we're gonna have to have the old man use his fireball.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
I might need to use one of the MP recovering items we got. But the boss is pretty low on health. But it's the question of, can we do the last bit? Please don't die. Please don't die. Oh. Annoying. We call that annoying, chat. Well, I'm gonna do the fire spell no matter what. We're gonna have Alluring Spy try to heal him. It's fine though, I think we're fine. We were 1 hit away, dang. Oh well. That went much better than the first time I tried that, for sure. The boss was really kind to us and did not just do 5 shockwaves in a row like I think the first time. Unfortunately, he did not level. No one leveled. No one leveled from that. That's amazing, actually. So I think the bosses give their certain items guaranteed, so we don't really... I think it's always guaranteed we get the Seal of Life there. But more importantly, we got a ton of money. A little more Earth leveled. Okay. Yeah, I think if I had landed the first rotation, I would have been fine. So I wouldn't have changed anything about the strategy. I just need to get good, chat. Yeah, I know. They're like 20 XP away. What a tease. Alluring Spy says, huh, that takes care of that. But, wonder why this village was targeted by evil spirits in the first place. For generations, the villagers have worshipped the blue dragon at the undersea shrine just offshore. A month ago, lightning struck. The dragon was sealed away. As a result, Lili became a ghost. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. It's just like what happened at Jiao Yang, isn't it? Which means... Mr. Smarty Sage, you know who the big boss is, right? It's Mr. Smarty Sage. That also would have been a good name. Wait, we were attacked in Fangtian too. It's that old geezer Dwai, isn't it? Oh? You've already met him, have you? At any rate, you are correct. He plays Puppet Master from his tower in Shanghai. He's attempting to gain control over the entire continent by using his Taoist magic in forbidden ways. What does Dwai want from us? He wants girl in danger. Exclamation mark, we're shocked. In any case, we've successfully broken the spell that was cast over this village. Let's go back to the restaurant from before. Okay, we should be in no more combat, so I don't need to do any healing or anything like that. There we go, chat. I'm trying to be smart about item usage. I've done like a light amount of research before we did the run. I feel it's mostly paying off. Girl in Danger says, "Oh, rude hero, everybody, you're back." Ah, you've recovered. Oh, and see, Mother, I don't think Dalian will be having any more ghost trouble. However, the fact that Lily herself did not appear does concern me. If we ever do a third playthrough, we need to go with nicknames instead of introduction names like Miss Spy Genius, Mr. Smarty Sage. I was gonna say, if chat keeps track, I don't mind doing it again in the future. I'm having a lot of fun with the game so far. As I said before, it's mostly just the beginning of the game is just like really rough for like no reason. But once we get past like the next couple of encounters, I think we're home free pretty much until the optional fights. We're indebted to you. On behalf of everyone in this village, I thank you. Don't mention it, but you know, I feel like some sort of karmic bond brought us together here. Will you listen to what I've got to say? Oh, don't go all formal on us. Just spill the beans. Well, we have the Black Tortoise of the north and the Blue Dragon of the east. They're two of the four gods of directions. Someone is trying to seal them away to further his own evil ends. Why? Yeah. Now this is the most important part. Villainous why? He's after you, girl in danger. Yeah, you were saying that before too, but why is he after girl in danger? It's in her name. I don't get it. It's okay. Or hey, maybe this Dawai guy's just some sickle perv with the Lolita complex. Okay, that is a great line. I love it. Now. Well, the girl in danger, there's something you can tell us about this. I actually don't know anything at all about this man named Dawai. Except, when Bacon murdered my father in France a month ago, the last thing he said to me was, "There are dark warlocks trying to bring about the valorization. I won't let them make you their key." Girl in danger, a key? You're no ordinary demon eyes, girl. The star within you shines far brighter than that. I know, who would have thought girl in danger would be in danger? Exactly. If only we were given a sign. These powers with nothing compared to yours. Not surprised there are warlocks seeking to abuse it. Your father gave his life to protect you from them, correct? Yes, and in the end he sent me far away. He used up the very last of his strength to keep me safe. What? Do you gotta keep running forever and ever? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's a pretty tall order coming from Rude Hero. We could always make for Shanghai and go after Dawai ourselves. What say you? Oh, that term definitely existed back then in, I think, 1913 was when the game mentioned it took place. Of course. Master Quack Oracle. Dawai is preparing another valorization. Indeed. It would mean a repeat performance of the nightmare we lived through 15 years ago. The nightmare 15 years ago? The valorization? It's a ritual that, in effect, turns the entire world upside down. Dawai attempted the valorization once before. Countless people lost their lives in catastrophic earthquakes and disasters that followed. 15 years ago, huh? This valorization didn't work? Huh, you must be joking. If he succeeded, it would have meant the end of the world. As I recall, a certain man stood in Dawai's way, gave his life to stop the process of valorization. Having lost half his body in the battle, Dawai went underground, but now he's plotting his comeback. Yes, plotting secretly to carry out the valorization rite known as the Demon's Gate Invocation. Demon's Gate Invocation? If we don't, like, stop it, this battle will go on forever, right? I like it. I say we go to Shanghai. Oh, Rude Hero. I want to go to Shanghai too. I can't keep running like this forever. Not if confronting Dewey will help me understand why my father died. You're all going? This means I'm outnumbered. Guess I'm in this thing with you then. But how are we gonna get to Shanghai? We go overland, the Japanese army will catch us at a checkpoint for sure. And I've had enough of flying. Female voice says, you can use my boat. Smuggler boss looks really familiar, chat. Evening, everybody. Hey, were you eavesdropping on us? I didn't mean to. I just happened to overhear. I didn't expect to get into port this late, you see. There was some big fuss going on about monsters. It was all I could do to protect my goods. Oh? What business are you in, miss? It does seem rather late for honest traders to be out and about. The same could be said of you, no? At any rate, I'm a courier. Of course, courier is a bit euphemistic. To put it bluntly, I'm a smuggler. Based on what I overheard, looking for a way into Shanghai. And that means sneaking past the Japanese army, right? I'm sure we can trust this Lieutenant Colonel Smuggler boss. I'm sure it's fine, chat. No need for explanations, I guess. So, you got a boat? Smuggler boss? Oh, I love it, chat. Yes, but it's old. The army thinks it's a fishing boat, and they let it right through checkpoints. They'll never guess there might be a contraband under the floorboards, even if it's human. Don't know how comfortable I am with this, but what would you ask in return? You tell me. You could say I'm a little short on cash. Alright, it's a deal. Excellent. I'll go head to the boat. Make your preparations and meet me there at first light. Okay, chat, we will not be doing that tonight, but we're gonna do our final upgrades for sure. I don't like this, and I don't like her. Don't fret. You'll find people making a living slipping under the eye of the law anywhere you go. Is that the kind of person you think that woman is? Most likely. Besides, do you have any better ideas? Luring spy is speechless. Yes, you should call it a night and get some rest at the inn. See, Mother has a point. Let's be going. Luring spy, very suspicious of the person who happened to eavesdrop on us after we defeated some monsters. What convenient timing. Rude Hero says, ugh, morning already. At least we got a little rest. Where are the other kids? You're finally up, huh, kid? Luring spy's already left. Now, this is the most important part. Villainous to why. Oh, shut up. You were dead asleep. Rude Hero, let's get going. No, not before we talk to this guy. Fishermen have it best. The little city slickers just don't know. Maybe there's a good place to settle. Here for some acupuncture treatment? Or some moxibustion? Sure. We're just gonna focus on the protagonist for now. Yeah, say goodbye to half our cash, chat. Look how much of a damage increase this is, though. Right now we're at 1, and it costs 4,500. We got a little extra gold, that's good. Technically, we had fights we didn't need, but given that we died, I say we're about even where we should be XP-wise. Already, everything's good to go. We are max damage with Rude Hero. He's gonna be the character we probably spend all of our money on. Now, I believe we come down here. Should be allowed to go in the back. Hey, you're the ones that killed all the old monsters, right? You saved us. Here, I want you to have my treasure. Go ahead and take it. Yeah, like getting these upgrades is just a waste of money, to be honest with you, chat. We're not gonna bother. Take this, though. Received Flare Brooch. I remember correctly, this is actually pretty good. SP consumed during fusion decreases by 20%. Also note, chat, look at how much that increases all of our other stats. It's actually kind of crazy. So I think we'll get rid of the poison boost, and we'll just take the flare boost just because it's so powerful. So we just have better defenses, more damage. So Rude Hero definitely gets all the interesting buffs. Oh, did I not put on the Brigand earrings? I'm a dummy. I thought I had it on already. I made a mistake. Oh well. Because it does increase attack, but not as much as the other one. I kind of want the money, chat. Yeah, I made a mistake. I thought I had actually equipped that already. I'm gonna leave those floating. Even want to put anything on Girl in Danger at the moment. She'll be fine. So, oops, I've been missing out on money. That's okay, we'll make up for it soon. So it pays for itself as soon as we get over 4K. And given that we get 3,600, we'll be getting about 720 minimum on the next boss battle. So within 4 or 5 bosses, it pays for itself. On top of that, every encounter will start going towards it, which is kind of crazy. Oh well. Freddy Child says, I'm gonna hurry and grow up so I could be a fisherman too. Yeah, we need money for upgrades pretty much throughout the game. Bring the CCC mother, she loves fish, she might receive something in return. Deep dive fish. Alright, so we're asking if we had bad experiences with dried fish. Which, I think the creepy person in the village was talking about dried food. Let's actually return this to Sea Mother, since this is purely optional. Greetings, friends. Did you get some rest? Leaving already, be careful out there. Spirits are gone from the harbor, but they still roam the ocean. Pray for your safety. Oh? Is this fish for me? Thank you, this is my favorite. I'll tell you something. Man who died from Lily's curse left a strange message. About where he kept an extra stash of money. Didn't look into it too much, but maybe you'll find something useful. I don't understand what he means. He said, where the turtle looks, take 3 steps. What does that mean? Okay. That guy's just moonwalking in place like a pro. Filthy Samo says, I wonder if this will be enough to let Yen Yen rest in peace. But he's also lottery member number 14. Words out on the streets, I'm really not that filthy. Play lottery? I won't do it. We're gonna save before we do it. I don't think there's an item we particularly need from him, but we'll still do it anyway. One second, chat. I want to look something up before we continue. I think what I'm interested in is the rare from this. I think there's a couple choices. The pocket watch leaves us immune to ring ailments, which is pretty useful. White tiger hair is the alternative. I might just... it's kind of tough. I don't know. So at some point we have to get tissues. So we might do that on the next one, because I don't think there's anything of interest there. I'll just double check. Sorry, chat. I need to make a decision now, because as I said before, if I want to get certain items, I do actually need to get the tissues at some point. It's an item that seems like it has no purpose, but it's used much, much later on. Let's see. Yeah, I think it doesn't matter so much. I think I got free reign here. Sorry about that, chat. I was looking ahead of my notes. I kind of have, like, free slots for them. They're not... Like, these are completely optional. Like, I don't need them for anything. But we needed to talk to this guy for sure. Yeah, Tea of the Healer I think is a really good MP item. Pure Leaf is kind of pointless. Tissues are not bad, but we could probably get that at any time. So the only thing I'm thinking about is Pocket Watch, because it does make a fight towards the end of the game easier. I'll go for it. Oh, that's really thin. Oh, I missed it by like a frame. Don't blab your mouth about me being so filthy, you hear? Well, you know what, chat? This is not the end of the world. I needed tissues anyway. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. So I'll get a slightly better item for us later. So the next time we'll go to gamble, we definitely need to save because I don't want tissues anymore. We just need one. And more importantly, we could get an item that potentially doubles our attack power, which is a safety item. So kind of like what we're using with the, what was it, the Phoenix Talons, we could get an equivalency of that item again. That's fine. We beat the game the first time without ever using the lottery due to the bug, so honestly, not make or break for me. I know it's not needed. So I think for now, we're going to hold off. We'll take a look at the help to start the stream next time. We've been accruing some things. But I think we should chat just a little bit before we close the stream. So let's talk about expectations and how we feel about the game so far. So definitely knowing the sanity mechanic and knowing some of the gear that we'll be acquiring over time, I think is really, really crucial. I feel some games you can play blind, but this one was a pretty tough like sell, I would say, blind, just because of that ridiculous difficulty jump between an already kind of hard boss with the dog. It's probably gonna get a kill or two, jumping into a boss that is double the health and does the same amount of damage, if not more. So if I had anybody in the front row, chat, instead of taking 40 damage, they would have been taking close to 80. So that would have been doing 50% of my health every time. So if you're wondering why I went in the back row, it's because I knew ahead of time how much damage and how nonsense that boss is. But fortunately, it actually did mostly physical attacks, which is a-okay, because that frees up my healers. So knowing little things like to buy the healing items often, like they are so crucial in this game compared to other RPGs, and to also get that bandit earring early. I missed it for one boss load, but honestly, in the long run, it's not going to make a big difference. What will make a big difference is if I have it for the next 4 or 5 major encounters, which we'll try to leave it on the entire time, as we'll be racking up a ton of cash, and that removes a lot of grinding out of the game. We could just go pretty much point to point with that 20% just due to the multiplier, so it's like we've already done encounters. So hopefully that'll improve the game pacing. Obviously we had the best cutscene in the game. I'm sorry, chat, no other cutscene is that funny. But I will say there are some other decent cutscenes, and there are a lot of memorable bosses and a few different memorable scenes. So there's still a lot to look forward to in this game. But I will say that was hands down the most unintentionally funny cutscene in the game. That was just, I cried the first time, I cried the second time. I know it's coming, I know the schloop is coming, and I cannot handle it. It gets me every time, chat, every single time. So I think with that, that's it for expectations, I guess, for Thursday. We'll be doing a shorter stream on Thursday. As I said before, we'll be doing viewer requests, I think I mentioned last week, going forward. So if people want to offer game suggestions on what to vote on, I'll be reminding chat of the rules for that on Thursday. Things I'm open to would be things like Castlevania, or more specifically, there's the Soten randomizer that got updated recently. Or if you wanted to see a beat 'em up, or if you even just wanted to continue Shadow Hearts. I'm willing to do whatever you'd like, chat, but we're going to dedicate at least the first hour and a half of the next stream towards Shadow Hearts to make sure we make a little more progress. But so far, I'm pretty happy with where we are, because I feel like with the knowledge of the game, we did in one session what took 2, just because we did a lot more combat and it was a lot slower. But because we knew to do the double attack, we know about the bronze daggers, we know how good the hourglasses are, I think it'll go a lot faster than the first time. So hopefully you've been enjoying it so far, chat, but unfortunately, it is time to say thank you for joining. Actually, one thing I want to shout out, maybe the alerts are working, maybe they're not. A few people did follow the stream between the stream, and I'd like to replay the Assassin Now's follower alert if possible. Hopefully the stream is cooperating. Let's see.
You're wide open!
I hear it now. It works on this page. I'll have to see what happened. But thank you, Talek Zalek, who is in charge of the Soten randomizer, who recently just released the 1.07 patch for balancing purposes. We also have
You're wide open!
Doozy Zood. Thank you for following. I believe I saw this person in Jupiter Climb stream. We had a pretty good time watching Jupiter go for world records. If you haven't seen him, please check him out. And finally, from today's stream, it doesn't want to play. Assassin Now, there's something about it. It just doesn't want to do it. Crazy. Is it because of the name? Like, weird. I'll even play this one again.
You're wide open!
Like, that one works. That one doesn't? My mind is blown, chat. Some kind of bug? It won't, like, you can see an update to recent follower. I'm clicking it, chat. I don't know what's happening. But I'm still gonna shout you out. Thank you again, Assassin Now. I do appreciate it. I think we're really close to the goal of getting 100 before the next anniversary of the stream, which is on the 1st of December. And that's a really big milestone for us, so I'm pretty excited. I think I got through most of what I wanted to talk about, so with that, I'm just going to conclude here because I'm tired, so I'll ramble. So with that, thank you all for joining, chat, and I hope you have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.